That might be the greatest name in the history of sports, Dick Butkus.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
Right?
That's Rocky's dog's name, too. Butkus.
Is that so? In real life, Sylvester Stallone sold his dog to make Rocky, right?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then he got it back. He got him back.
He got the movie back?
The dog back.
So it was on consignment. The dog was on consignment.
Yeah, who do you sell a dog to and then you get it back? That seems kind of.
He did give it back.
How much is the dog worth? I mean, like how short was he to make this movie? So he must have been.
I have no idea, but I mean, if you sell me your dog, I'm going to make you pay double.
That's
at least
his dog in the movie. So he got the money. He got money to make the movie and went back and bought the dog. So he sold the dog to help pay bills. He didn't have money.
Okay, that's cool. I'm that sounds insane. I mean, I hate both my dogs, so I could sell them to make anything. I'd just sell them.
That's not true. You're a liar.
You're right. I only hate one dog. That's the reality of it. All right. So this is weird. This is the longest that we haven't done a show in the history of the show since January. This is the longest we've gone because we were actually recorded probably, I mean, I don't know if people remember this, but the last two shows were recorded back-to-back days.
Yeah.
And then we took a week off for Thanksgiving. We've never gone this long.
I went January to August without
What?
doing a show.
So you're like the Joe DiMaggio of the Three Idiots. You have a 54-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, so you're oh yeah, you're like the guy. So we're winning championships, and you come in and maybe just pinch hit a little bit.
Lou Gehrig.
No, is that how Lou Gehrig worked?
No, he was the Iron Horse, right? Before Cal Ripken broke his record, he had the most consecutive.
Yeah, but
games.
he was playing behind what's his name?
Wally Pipp.
Oh, I can't believe I remember that.
And he got hurt and then never missed.
Well, there's an expression: you've been Wally Pipped, which means that you lost your starting job and never got it back.
So people were probably nervous that was happening to you, Ted, because I mean, you missed a show, right? Then you were on a Zoom show, That was the worst.
Was I like in the background? It didn't even sound like I was there. It was just like, oh.
No. Of course, you've never listened to a show, so you have no idea. But no, it was fine. It's just weird because I have the big TV that's behind me, so everybody could see you, right? And there you are, big as life behind me.
That was the funniest fucking thing ever watching you on television. You were having a blast, dude.
Yeah.
I was holding a golf club for a little while.
Watching you on TV is funny.
Yeah, Teddy's down in his basement. He's down in his basement, right? He's jerking around.
It's a man cave.
Yeah.
It's a man cave.
And he can't, it's just like here. We take everything away from Ted. No pens, no pencils, no nothing he can play with because he gets distracted. But every once in a while, I look back and there's Ted just in his basement and he's playing with something. He just picks something off a shelf and he's just playing with it. Yeah. And it's like, Ted, you having fun? And he goes, what show? I'm like, nobody said that. Ted.
No, man.
Yeah. All right. So, I don't know if this is right or wrong to say, but I just watched the last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home.
Is that like a new one?
It's the newest one.
Yeah. How many
it's
are
been
there?
out for a while.
Okay.
But
that's one with Magneto, right?
It's all of them come together, and there's all the Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff.
Who's Spider-Man in this movie?
Tom Holland. He's
Tom
actually
Holland.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh, so
all of them are in it. Yeah, that's right.
all the old Spider-Mans are in it.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire.
Okay,
and Garfield.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what? You know what I realized? I might have something wrong with me. I cried.
Wow.
I was
okay.
It was sad.
Okay.
There were some sad parts, and I actually cried a little.
You should not cook with onions when you're watching movies, Matt.
No, there was no. I literally, I was just like, so sad, Spider-Man. Because when I was a kid, I wanted to be Spider-Man. Yeah, that was my main goal in life.
I thought you wanted to be a T-Rex.
No,
you can never be a T-Rex. It's
impossible. No, but honestly, I wanted to be Spider-Man when I was little because it was perfect, right? When you were a kid, Spider-Man was a high school kid. Yeah, he was nothing. All he did was get bit. So I constantly went out and I got bit by all sorts of animals.
Yeah.
I let squirrels bite me, raccoons. I wanted to be. It just didn't matter to me. No, honestly.
And you didn't get rabies. You got superpowers.
He got bit by a raccoon.
No, I made them bite me. I literally assaulted different animals to see if any of them were radioactive, and no, they just had rabies.
And they had super scavenging powers.
You do understand, though, it doesn't work if you get bit by a raccoon.
Radioactive raccoon?
You wouldn't become Spider-Man. You'd become a raccoon.
I'd become Raccoon Man.
Yeah.
Right,
but
still.
You'd be fucking living in a dumpster. You'd be a trash bandit.
Okay, but I'd
be trash bandit.
But I would be able to. What can raccoons do?
Well, they're badgers. They're pretty mean little bastards.
Okay, so I'd be a mean
little. They could masturbate. They have opposing thumbs. There you go.
They can
Dream
climb.
come true.
They can actually climb straight up like the wall of your house if it's
That'd
like
be
a
the
siding.
world's-
They could do anything.
The world's
that we can.
worst
Yeah.
superpower
Exactly.
would just be throwing someone off by masturbating right in front of them. Like, hey, dude, oh, come on, man. Cut that shit out. That would be the worst superpower of
it's
all time.
you would, just everyone's shooing you away. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Oh, he smells and he just keeps eating my trash and he just won't stop jacking off. Oh man, that is terrible. Okay, can we'll get this thing rolling here?
Yeah.
Because we got a lot to do today.
I'm sure we do.
We do have a lot to do.
Yes.
All right, so let me do this thing. Hey everybody, my name is Matt, and this is not Jeopardy. This is the Real Three Idiots podcast. You thought no, we're not playing
he was
Jeopardy.
gonna
No, see, we never talk
I
about
would
it.
be
So
terrible at. I would
you'd be the
terri-
worst Jeopardy
yeah.
player of all time.
I would freeze under pressure. I'd be like,
well, you'd
Wheel
forget
of,
the rules.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no. I would explain the rules to you, right away. I'd ask the first question, and then you do it wrong. That's the way you roll.
no,
Ted.
there'd be somebody who would like press that buzzer before me. Like, oh, you think you know the answer, but it takes me a half a second longer to think about it. Then, but it's too late. So
Well,
it
we
would
wouldn't
never be me.
complicate it that way. It would just be you.
Oh.
So there would be no
There would be-
buzzer.
yeah, I mean, if Mark was smart, if the three of us were playing and we had a Jeopardy person, right? Mark and I would just never press the button and just let you answer because I would love to hear your answer to stuff.
We lose all the money.
Yeah. 1,700 pilgrims. Now you have to do it in a question. Is the answer 1,700 pilgrims? Okay. With me, as always, is a man who knows everyone who is someone in Chicago, Mark.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, speaking of people,
Oh, God.
happy birthday to one of your faves today. 67 years old. Guess who it is? Musician. Your favorite musician.
You got a
Somebody
favorite,
from the Eagles.
You got a favorite
No.
musician?
Oh God! Oh, really? My favorite musician?
Yeah.
The guy from Culture Club?
Solo artist.
I mean, I have no.
Billy
without-
Idol.
Oh, I fucking love Billy Idol.
I told you. Yeah.
He's only 67.
man.
Yeah,
I thought he was
he's only
older than that.
67.
Yeah.
I told you the story about the concert I went to, right? Billy Idol.
told me the story, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay,
heard that
so
story.
I'm on crutches in high school at Billy Idol concert. I'm literally getting slaughtered going to my seat.
Yeah.
I think we're at the was that outdoor theater that they use at Poplar Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're there. Beautiful night. I'm just getting killed. One of the security guards grabs me. Right? He's like, hey, man, he goes, you're going to get killed out here. And I probably weigh 120 pounds on crutches, but I got to see. He's my favorite, favorite artist of all time. And he takes me up to the second row and lets me sit here. And I grab my friend. I'm with my friends. He goes, well, grab him, tell him. And we all get up there, and we are second row for Billy Idol.
Wow. So how close are you to visit Billy Idol?
Second roll, Ted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
What's
there
like
was one row in front of us,
Right.
and then there was the stage.
Could you reach out and touch Billy Idol
I mean, no.
with a 10-foot pole?
Yeah, I mean, I guess with a 10-foot pole. I mean, yeah. I mean, he was probably
Or
sweating all
10-foot
over
crutch.
me.
His crutch.
10-foot.
And he had the
oh,
blonde,
man.
spiky.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
hair.
I had the blonde spiky hair.
That was you. It
Yeah.
was-
Oh yeah. We had the shirts. I had no muscles. I was 120
Yeah, yeah.
pounds, 6 foot tall, 120 pounds. But I still had the sleeveless shirts, and you had what were those pants? The parachute
Pants, yeah.
Oh
Love the
hell
parachute
yeah!
pants.
Oh yeah! We went to McGreevy's every weekend. Sunday, when Sunday was like a dance place and a bar, but then on Sundays they would have kids. The kids could come in, no alcohol.
Right.
I mean, I'd bring your own, or just drink on the way there. But yeah, and we were dancing. Always picking up girls and stuff. Oh man, that was so much
So
fun.
you were definitely ensconced in the genre of the times.
Oh man, that was a blast. Thank
Well,
you.
happy birthday, Billy. He's listening.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. She's a huge
Is he
listener.
Is he British or what is he?
Yeah, I think so. He's
from,
English.
Yeah,
and
across
some-
the pond.
Oh, English,
Yeah,
yeah.
across the pond. He's probably hanging out with Thordor right now.
Yeah.
In Iceland. Okay, and as hard as this is to say, a man who might not only be a simple genius, but is getting better at golf, and a lot of people who listen to this show know this. My man Ted.
Hey, it's great to be back. After a forced absence, we said it. We said I possibly had COVID, but I actually was suspended from the show for detrimental, unbecoming. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I mean, if we're gonna air our dirty laundry, yeah, Ted was suspended. He showed up sober, yeah, and he started making sense, and we sent him away.
And he shot a 99.
Yeah, and he shot a 99 at Red Tail. That's a tough course.
Yeah.
That's a really tough
It's
course.
a nice course.
Yeah.
It's really far away.
It is really far away. Yeah, so that was out. Teddy, I was super impressed. All right, do you guys mind if I do something really quick? I want to help a friend out who's kind of hurting. Would you guys mind if I
Sure,
did
go
this?
right ahead.
Okay. This goes out to a brother in broadcasting, Tucker Carlson from Fox News. Okay, he is. Listen, Tucker, it's time for you to use your worldwide platform, and it's time to come out of the closet. Okay? We all see it. Everybody sees it, okay? We hear you every day railing against the LGBTQ 2+ KG community. And listen, everyone knows and we're okay with it. You'll gain a lot more viewers. A lot more people will start to respect you. And you know what? Everyone won't think you're such a raging, bigoted, homophobic asshole. So, Tucker, I think it's time, man.
Sounds like some tough love.
Yeah.
I
No.
agree.
Listen, I'm here to support him, and he can come on the show if he wants to do it here. But yeah,
I like the fact he's hearing it from a brother in broadcasting.
right. Hey man, much love. I'm giving the peace sign right now.
It's a tightly knit fraternity out there.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so thanks, fellas. I just thought it was time. I mean, everybody knows it. We all talk about it.
Because he already came out of the douchebag, so now he's got to come out of the closet.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah. I mean, we hear him. We hear him all the time. I mean, and you know what's funny? I've been turning on. I can't stop turning on Fox
it's
News.
funny because I actually have not listened to him of late. I mean, I used to listen to Fox for entertainment purposes,
Yeah.
just like CNN for entertainment purposes, not because I subscribe to their belief system, but you just want to hear because it's just funny how they put their own slant on it depending on the politics.
Right.
You know,
And
so.
you can just tell. Like we've said it a million times, nobody is so anti-gay right up until they're like, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the thing about Fox and CNN and all those type of networks, it's basically opinion journalism. So it's not really, it's just fact mixed with
Right.
heavy duty opinion and whatever their belief system is, that's to skew the news or the narrative to, obviously to their base.
Right.
So for example, like what's an objective news outlet like BBC, right? They just report the news like this is what happened, here it is, and that's it. And they just
Unbiased, yeah.
yeah, unbiased. As
But
unbiased you're gonna
really,
get, yeah.
you don't think? My thing is, I think they're all a biased in a way, right? I mean, everybody has an opinion on something and like a backstory that they want to get out.
I think there are a couple of exceptions. Like I
Yeah,
said, I'm going to say
BBC doesn't
BBC
do
or
that.
the Lehrer report.
NPR doesn't do
yeah.
that.
So yeah, they just report.
Yeah.
It's very
And
dry.
if they're ever going to talk about something that is going to spur opinions, they're always going to have one from either side.
right.
So they always try to get one from each
Yeah,
party.
and it's not them. They're actually bringing on guests who have their own opinions,
Right.
but it's not the actual journalist or the
And
the
they definitely
broadcaster.
throw people under the bus when they say, well, we tried to get Republican Senator so-and-so, but he refused. So we tried to get Republican so-and-so. And they finally ran out of time, so we could not get a Republican to be on. And they name them.
Yeah.
They don't show up. But
Well, it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be hard. I mean, if you're on Fox and you have some outlandish story from the right, it's got to be easy because they're just going to be like, you know what, you're right. And aliens and mustard. Yep, I can see it now. I can absolutely see it now. But, I mean, if you're going on there and you have to kind of be the sole support to whatever you're kind of against, that's got to be tough when you're all by yourself. So I could see where that's got to be
Well,
hard.
I think it's like that show The View with like Whoopi Goldberg and then Joy Behar. So they always have like they're obviously very uber liberal, but then they always have the one conservative voice, and so of course they do that on purpose. So because the conservatives, it's like when the conservative says something, they react as if they've been like had battery acid thrown on them. They're so revolted by everything the conservative host says.
They're outraged.
They're outraged.
Outraged.
Yeah, continually.
Yeah.
Just, continually. Yeah.
That's all right. You know what? I love a good outrage. I love, that's why I wish one of you guys, would go the opposite of what I was thinking and no?
no, well,
Have you ever woke up
No.
outraged?
I can't.
I woke up outraged. Yeah. Again,
You-
for the guy who doesn't use a turn signal in front of me. I don't know why I get so pissed off about that. I'm not going to get home any faster, but I just hate it when they don't do it. It just makes me crazy. I don't know what to do.
People not signaling.
Yeah. Yeah. Just take a left,
Signaling.
put on your left turn signal. Take a right,
Yeah.
put on your right turn
Well,
signal, just so I know.
Maybe the turn signal wasn't working. Maybe he was taking his car to the dealership
you know
for a
what?
factory recall.
Oh my God! Hold on a second. I dragged that guy out of his car for no reason.
For no reason.
So you know what pisses him off even more is not the fact that they don't signal, but when they wait to signal.
Until the last
That's-
minute, then you're fucked right behind
They're
him.
gonna let-
Yeah.
That's actually worse.
That is worse. You know what?
That's way worse. Yeah.
All right, so let me get to the first thing. Because we haven't, we've had guests on all the time, and we haven't really talked about anything, and we've missed a ton of shit. I mean, Herschel Walker's in a runoff race.
With that Reverend.
No pun intended.
Raphael Warnock.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
listen, neither one. This is the greatest thing about Georgia. Neither one of those guys should be anywhere near any public office of any kind except maybe like dog catcher.
Yeah.
Vote for Ted.
Vote for Ted. FORE. Vote for Ted.
I'm not a Georgia resident, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch the train wreck, the slow moving train wreck, along with the rest of us.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so this is a cool story. All right, and I found this and I thought it was interesting. A girl said she would protesting her school's dress code when she came to school wearing a crop top and short shorts, like. And I saw a picture of her, very, very attractive young lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was, I mean,
High school.
This
high school.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like a crop top, okay, and short shorts.
Don't most teenage? I don't know.
I guess you can't do that at school. She said, no,
Mm-hmm.
she got in trouble. She said the problem is with the school and the guys who are distracted by her outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and her mom and dad went on social media and complained that their daughter should be able to wear whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Should everybody be able to wear whatever they want?
No.
Okay, good job. Let's move on.
Like I'm going back to the Dave Chappelle joke. You know, if Dave Chappelle walked around dressed as a police officer, and someone said, "Help me, Dave Chappelle," and he goes, "Just because I'm dressed like a police officer doesn't mean I am a police officer." So you might not be a whore, but you are wearing a whore's uniform. That's all I'm saying.
Teddy, I'm telling you,
Here, the short answer is no, because it's in this context, right? So if you're in a school setting, they have to have some sort of boundary that keeps everybody, on even ground, and there's no distractions or no bullshit going on. But yeah, I mean, if you leave your house, I guess you have the right to dress any way you want.
Dude,
but if you're
I agree.
if you're in a school
Yeah.
or an employer situation, no, you shouldn't be able to wear whatever you want. That's not what it's.
so her family's actually considering a lawsuit against the school to let her wear. And I'm telling you, it was
should.
like,
They're
I don't know if
gonna
you guys
lose.
have ever
It's-
seen a
it's-
Hooters. They were shorts like that. And her top was as much like a bikini top almost.
Do you remember when Hooters didn't wear the nylons underneath?
What? Oh, I thought you were going to
yeah,
say
they had
didn't wear
those nylons,
shorts.
yeah,
I'm
so-
like,
No, there was when they started out in Florida. They didn't wear. They wear the shorts and they have to wear nylons underneath. There was a time when they didn't.
I don't. Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
I don't like the nylons.
I don't know. Is that stop you from? Is that going to stop me from looking at?
No, I was just saying. Do you remember when?
Oh no, I had no
I
idea.
don't recall that, but I believe it. But like I say, funny. I've been to Hooters for a while, but it's more of like a family restaurant. I've actually last time I've been in there. There's actually more like.
And there's guy servers now too.
Yeah, I'm saying there's more like women and kids in there, like at the table as customers, not just like a bunch of like
Oh, it's total.
middle-aged guys.
Wait. Oh,
There are
I
male
have-
servers there now. Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Men do not have
Hooters.
Hooters. You're going to have to
It's not
change the
about-
name of it.
dude. But there's male owls. It's an owl thing. The Hooters. That's where they got their name.
Wait a
right?
minute. I thought it was.
I didn't know there was
it's-
male
It
service
wasn't a
in
there. It's
booby.
all
It's
about
not a booby thing.
No, it's all about the owl.
About the owls have eyes and guys have eyes. Wait a minute. Are you serious? There's guys? Are
Yeah,
they?
there's male servers.
Do
at
they?
Hooters
Do they
now.
wear the shorty little shorts and the tank top and stuff?
No.
Aw.
Yeah.
What? I mean, what would a guy? I mean, is it just like a shirtless
The
dude?
guy
I
that
mean,
owns the CEO was on Undercover Boss. It was great.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was
Nice.
a couple years ago.
wait,
It was
this
a great
is
episode.
dude. You are blowing my mind right now.
I'm gonna have to Google
Better
that.
your mind than.
Wait a minute. This is how long it's been since I've been at a Hooters because honestly, I think the food is pretty terrible. I thought it was really gross and kind of nasty. I mean, I didn't. There's nothing about it that's special
I
anymore.
like their wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but I mean, it's like okay, but it's not like I'm not in love with it. It's like if I was hungry,
I
I'd
think
eat
they're
it,
better
so.
than B Dubs. Do you like BW?
I like B Dub's wings.
Okay.
You're saying
I do too, but I don't know.
Wow. Okay, so I got to get to a Hooters, but I would
not-
like.
this one
Is
not
there a
too
way when you're on the website? Is there a way to click and see when there's just girls there? I don't.
Oh, and I think they added the guy to the calendar too.
Are you?
I'm not sure.
Don't. No.
not sure. I'm not gonna
Mark
look
was
it up,
just
but
about to go Google something.
I'm not
So
going
what did the undercover boss at Hooters discover that he didn't know before?
to.
I didn't see that episode.
That
Yeah, I
guys
don't
when the
remember. It was
girls
a
walk
couple of
away,
years
guys
ago.
stare.
I honestly, I know he was on. I remember it was a couple years ago. It was pretty good.
I've never seen that show, Undercover Boss. It's just where the guy goes in
It's
and he
good,
learns
man.
about his show.
yeah, the
He learns about
CEO.
his
They
business.
put him in
The
disguise.
Ricketts did it at for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they realized that their team sucked. That is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I honestly had no idea.
Yeah, the boss goes in as like an entry level,
Yeah.
candidate, and then he gets like mentored by like a
So wait,
supervisor.
so like a 59-year-old white guy
Yeah, dude,
goes
it's
in
hilarious. It's
and
fucking
he's
great.
he's cleaning
Yeah.
he's cleaning toilets.
Yes,
He starts out right
yes,
away cleaning
yes.
toilets.
if I was a supervisor, I'd be like, "That's a CEO or CFO right there."
Yeah.
By the way, that's not.
Dude,
You-
they-
wait, you
some
mean-
of these
you mean-
disguises are ridiculous.
You mean like the 9 new fry cooks we hired? 8 of them are 17 years old.
Right.
They are from different areas, and then there's a 57-year-old white guy
who speaks like he just went to Dartmouth Law School. Yeah. That guy.
Excuse me, shall I be cleaning this, or will someone else be touching this, and I get to supervise?
Not the supervisor at half a brain. He'd be like, something's wrong with this picture here.
How do you explain?
Because this guy's too smooth.
Right,
this guy's too smooth.
How do you explain a guy, a person, a girl, a guy, whoever is in charge? I mean, they have to be in their 40s. They have to be, pretty. I mean, they're going to look different. How do you explain that to somebody like at McDonald's?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people are just like so unaware, and plus, it's not like it happens every day. It could be an outlier. It could just be. Actually, I knew a guy years ago who was a drunk, great bowler, but he was kind of a bum. But if you talk to him on the phone, if you heard him speak, he sounded.
He sounds like the CEO of Hooters.
He sounded like a senior partner.
Like Barney when he sobered up from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he sounded like a senior
genius.
Yeah, he sounded like
Remember when Barney didn't drink for a day? He's a fucking genius.
Yeah, he's like, he's talking with a British accent. He's like got a Rhodes Scholarship too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he sounds like a senior senior partner at a law firm.
Buy me a beer.
Well, you know what? I could do that with my new job. So it's funny. We had a little Christmas party today, a little potluck Christmas party at work, and I'm literally number one. I'm the only guy. Okay. So I walk in. There's 16 other women.
Everyone's there smoking pot, and you're the only guy.
I'm the what? What do you mean? Everyone's smoking pot?
You said something about a pot party.
No, I said we had a potluck, dude.
So you got lucky.
And potlucks again? That's when you bring your own food. Like
everybody brings some food.
What did you bring? What'd you bring?
I had Jackson make some brownies. He makes.
They
love
so there
them.
is pot. So pot brownies. Jackson brownies.
No wonder everybody liked him so much. Yeah, and it turned into a topless party. No, but it was so weird. I could have been the CEO because I'm clearly 25 years older than the. In fact, one of the girls. This is kind of weird. One of the girls.
You could be an undercover
went to
boss.
high school with my daughter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we're talking, she's like, "Oh, Savannah." I say, "Yeah." Oh, she goes, "I went to school with her starting in 6th grade."
Oh my God!
And I was like, "Oh man!" And then I'm like, "Oh, I golf." She goes, "My dad golfs. That's nice." I'm like, "Damn it!"
My grandfather.
Yeah.
He's got clubs too.
It was pretty funny. I laughed my ass off. I was just like, "Man, I'm clearly." So yeah, I could have been undercover boss today. Yeah.
Or a dinosaur. Fossil.
You can't.
That's been dug up.
There is Teddy. It's a weird feeling when you're in a room, right? And everybody's doing like we're doing little not presentations, but we're doing little get to know you things and all this kind of stuff. Oh. And I'm the only guy there.
And how much LSD did you take before this potluck dinner?
Well, here, so I wasn't going to go.
Or wish you should have taken.
I was not going to go.
Where was it? At the office?
No, it was really nice. It was in Buffalo Grove. They have this theater, like performing arts theater thing, dude. That whole place, every room in that place was nicer than any room in my house. It was really, really nice. Dude, I was overwhelmed by it. But yeah, it's so weird. I get there and I do it. And all I can think about is I want to get out of here as fast as possible. That's it. I'm like,
was there alcohol there?
No. Why would I leave if there was alcohol?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think I would have drank.
So after the mandatory 3-hour stay, you were able to leave.
Harry, you know what's really funny? I had a good time. We did some icebreakers, and I actually got to meet all the talk to them.
Did you have like name tags on?
Could you dress the way you wanted to, or did you get scolded for the way you looked?
I dressed the way I was told to dress. Okay. Yeah, I wore shiny shoes and nice pants,
khakis.
Yes, khakis, and a shirt with a collar. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you came off looking you were like Jake from State Farm. You're completely harmless and non-threatening.
Oh, I was the least threatening person.
It's like you were you were a eunuch.
It's like fucking Eddie Haskell there.
So you know what the story with the eunuch is. So the eunuch is so when the king would go to battle back in the early centuries, he would leave his wife or wives with like the eunuchs, which is a male that was castrated, so they didn't have to worry about having sex.
Wait, is that why they castrated him?
Yeah.
So that you wouldn't bang the king's wife?
That's right.
I would have just said, fuck that, I want a different job.
Finger bang.
Yeah, but that ain't helping you any.
Oh, they didn't think of that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you get out of a finger bang?
No, but
yeah, you stinky finger.
If you wanted to say, you're gonna castrate me, I'm a finger banger. I'll show you. I'll show you.
I would just
actually that didn't count back then. That was okay. That was acceptable.
Didn't count. Yeah.
That is. Wait, are you?
Or no, then they didn't have any fingers. They have no appendages. No appendiges
like
at all.
Stubs. Yeah,
there's
like
no appendages.
wrist stubs.
Do not forget to cut his tongue out right now. God, that would be the. I had no idea that.
Or you'd be the king's food taster. That could be the second worst job. So.
that would actually be a really terrible
Maybe
job.
they didn't care about everything else. They just didn't want him to get her pregnant.
Good point.
Oh,
Yeah.
changing
Maybe
up
they're
that
like,
bloodline.
dude, Fellatio? Fine.
Wrong male heir to the throne. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But honestly, didn't most of them like intermarry and they were all kind of like weird little people anyway? Wouldn't a little bit of like new blood in the bloodline?
Well, I mean, they're all like either cousins or it was all like arranged marriages back then between like royal families from different countries. But remember the movie? What's the one with Mel Gibson?
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Yeah. So he impregnated the English queen because
the French, right?
Yeah, the French woman, and then because I guess the husband of her was a little bit light in the loafers, and he wasn't up to the task, and so, I don't know. So
didn't they? Yeah, I remember all those. Yeah,
that was a good movie.
That was a great movie.
Great movie.
You know what? That's something I got to go back and watch again.
Yeah, me too.
It's
it's like 3 hours long. Remember how long it is?
Yeah. Oh, I remember how long it is.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
it's like Dances with Wolves. It was a long one.
That's a great movie too, though. I mean, but I think I've seen it enough times, but I haven't seen Braveheart in a long time.
Yeah.
All right, Teddy, are you ready because people are dying? Man, if I get one more message on our social media about Ted needs to do more tips for 20s, I'm going to lose my shit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They're all from me.
You're hot guy 21?
Yep.
Oh,
is that you?
Wow. Okay. All right, then I did not mean to send that picture to you. I thought it was somebody else. Okay, Teddy, are you ready for tips for 20s?
Yes. You want them right this minute?
No, I have to do our. You know that there has to be. We have a sponsor for every tips for 20s.
Then why would you ask me for the tips if we're not doing the tips?
No, I said, are you ready?
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you could do them real quick. Write it down, and then he's.
I gave him 2 weeks, right? We haven't done a show in 2 weeks. And I said, Teddy, I'm texting him. Are you ready? Yeah. And he walks in today and he goes, give me a piece of paper. I have to write down my tips.
All our fans might have forgotten about us by now. So,
No, Teddy, I'm getting, they're like.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Hey, welcome, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, Zimbabwe.
Wicked, what's the expression? Wicked, awesome. Wicked awesome.
Yeah.
Wicked awesome.
Yeah. We've gotten into a lot of new countries.
Stadies. They got stadies. That's what they call their state police. They're stadies.
Stadies?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to. Let's not talk about that because I don't want to say anything bad about people in Rhode Island, and they're going to be mad and not listen.
It's good people in Rhode Island.
Good people.
Good people.
Yeah, good people. The ones who listen to the show.
The East Coast, the West Coast, the Mountain States.
That's everybody, Ted. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget Southwest and yeah. All right.
Sunshine Belt.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay. Are you like us? Do you have trouble finding a good anal wipe? That's why everyone on the show uses Danny Pipstein's anal wipes. Danny Pipstein's anal wipes have been the #1 anal wipe for over 50 years. Danny Pipstein anal wipes come in 10 ass-tacular scents and are scientifically formulated to match your anal secretions and concentrations. Don't be fooled by cheap anal wipes that cause discomfort and possible death. If you need anal wipes, go to the man who knows your ass better than you do. Go to DannyPipstein'sAnalWipes.com today. And are you looking for a great stocking stuffer this holiday? Try Danny Pipstein's Holiday Anal Wipes. And remember what the 3 idiots always say, if I don't have a Pipstein, I won't wipe. That's real. That's real. Yeah. You know what?
Words to live by.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I contact people of stuff that we use, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to sponsor us?" And 99 times out of 100, they say no.
They have them at the Target now.
They're saying there's a chance. They're saying there's a chance because that means there's 1% out there.
There's just 1%. Yeah, you're saying if I was the last show on Earth and you were the last company on Earth, would you? Yeah, would you sponsor us? I guess. Yes. Okay, Teddy, give us your tips for 20s, please.
So I was doing some research, and this actually came from a kind of a sad story. I guess there was a murder case in Idaho where I guess 4.
I like where this is going.
No.
You do? Because I just laughed, and now I feel like a shitbag.
No, actually, I guess like 4 college students, unfortunately, were murdered in their home or dorm room, and I guess they're looking at. There's no suspect in the case, but they did mention this one. I've heard of this before. I didn't know what it was, so I had to look it up. They said a potential suspect is called an incel, and I didn't know what incel meant, so I actually Googled it. So basically, incel is a group of like involuntarily celibate men who have their own they're on social media who vent basically to each other about how they're just not getting laid. I didn't know that. Did you
Wait,
know? Did you ever hear that?
But why would they? They don't want to get laid, right? They're
No,
voluntarily celibate.
No, they're involuntarily celibate. They want to get laid. They just can't find anybody to lay them.
And prostitution's illegal.
Well, I mean, in some places, I mean, I can, point them in the right direction if they need to. Clark County, Nevada, it's legal, guys. You can go there.
So hold on a second. If you have anything you want, if you live in a special place and you want to know where the prostitutes out in your town, send us a note, and Teddy will let you know he's probably been in your town and had a prostitute.
Or we'll ask Deshaun Watson. He's been around. he knows how to find one.
So wait, are you saying that are you saying that a lack of sex caused a bunch of guys to kill those people in Idaho?
No, so they're saying that in that particular case that they're theorizing that one of the females victims was targeted, but they're not saying who, by a potential stalker, and they're theorizing that the stalker could be an incel individual. And like I said, incel is basically, like I said, a guy who, obviously usually like a young man in their probably late teens, early 20s who, is involuntarily celibate because they can't find a sexual partner. So they're extremely frustrated sexually. So that's what incel is.
Isn't that called being a teenager? And like going to college and stuff?
Well, I think it's beyond. I think it's like maybe someone who's in their mid-late 20s where they kind of, at that point, they're probably expecting to have had a relationship at that point, and it didn't materialize. So now they're
mad.
They're in panic mode.
I can't wait for the tip.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, the tip's coming. That's not the tip. I just had to give you a little background on it. So
okay.
Yeah.
I you know what?
Okay.
I am
I
so
know
intrigued.
that's not the tip.
Yeah.
This is the setup.
Yeah, this is. I am so intrigued right now.
Yeah.
I never had wanted to hear a tip for
Okay.
20 more than this.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, real quick. So incel is involuntarily celibate males who are online who vent to each other about the lack of sex they're having. So okay. So here's the tip. You need to change the program and stop being a fucking loser.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Here's the bottom line. Okay. Look, okay. You live in the United States of America. Okay. Think about the context where you live. Okay. In the United States, women in general have a huge advantage over men. It doesn't matter what the ratio is. If you've been to any, okay, I've gone to bars my entire life. I'm not proud to say that, but okay. So every bar I've been to,
I'm pretty proud. I'm with you most of the time. I'm proud of that.
I mean, I'm standing up and saluting, but I'm not proud. So the point is, I've never been to a bar where there's ever been like more women in the bar than guys. Right at 2 a.m. When it's closing at 2 a.m. and they're playing Garth Brooks. I got friends in low places or whatever that shit is.
Right. So that's where the KG comes in.
Yeah, there's always like 25 guys and like 2 chicks, right? I mean, every time, right? It's you can extrapolate that to any bar in America, any town USA. So long story short, if you just know in advance, just know the sandbox you're playing in. So basically, you live in the United States. Okay, women have a huge advantage over men. They even women that you might perceive as unattractive.
Wait, you mean they have a advantage because of a numbers thing, right?
Not even a numbers. I think it's just more like a cultural thing. So like even a woman that we might perceive, and like I said, obviously beauty is a very subjective thing, but like let's just say there's a guy looking at a woman who says, oh, wow, that woman's not attractive at all. I guarantee you that woman has 10,000 more options than you anytime she wants. Yeah. Anytime she wants. So don't underestimate that.
Ted, I don't think you're helping these guys. I actually think you're making it worse.
Well, it's got to get worse. It's got to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, but I don't think you're helping these guys. I mean, you're literally telling these guys they have zero chance of ever getting laid because they can't even get ugly girls.
I'm about to tell you the tip.
Oh.
Go to Japan or Thailand or the Philippines.
Wait, that's your tip?
Go where, well, remember that Sam Kinison joke? He goes, there's people in Africa starving. He goes, you know what he said? He goes, move to the food. Move to the food. Okay? That's the tip. Move to the food. So it's the same concept. Move to the food.
Move to the food. That's like my Be Kind Rewind thing.
Yeah. Move to the food. So go where the women are.
Yeah.
Go to like a Southeast Asian country. I'm not saying like, prostitution or anything. I'm just saying there's a lot more options in those countries, and it's different culturally where you'll be more accepted there, where you're the hot chick. So if as a guy, let's just say you're a guy and you know what you look like.
Poor internet service. So.
That's okay. It's okay. You can walk. You can take a tuk-tuk. So the point is, let's just say, you wake. I mean, you know what kind of guy you look like. I mean, like for example, Tom Brady and what's his name, Brad Pitt. They're a 9-10, right? They're like the gold standard of what women like in a guy, right? George Clooney, all that shit. Let's just say you're a 3, 4, or 5, and Brad Pitt is a 8, 9, 10. You know what? If you go to those countries, you're going to be Brad Pitt. You're Brad Pitt there. As long as you don't act like a fucking imbecile. As long as you're like keep it together mentally. So that's the tip.
So all the guys who are involuntarily celibate,
Involuntarily
who want to get laid, okay, but they can't.
Well, they can. They just, part of it's
What do you mean they can't?
It's the barrier. I mean, part of it is the barrier in their head. I mean, so like, they need to stop having that little pity party in their head and just stop. Seriously, that's part of it.
What
there.
if they had the pity party but not the murder party?
Well,
Would
I mean,
that be okay?
No, I mean,
That's what they should do.
No, I'm not
internalize it. Don't go fucking kill people.
No, I'm not saying that people in that type of the incel are murderers. I'm just saying that I just use that backstory to just kind of.
I missed the whole point.
Yeah. So I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying there's sexually frustrated men out there who
Yeah,
are
but
young men in their 20s, mostly in their 20s.
Of the world.
Yeah.
There's always been those guys.
Yeah, but now it's just more, but now it's more known
So
because we
why
have social
all of a sudden
media.
are they murdering?
No, I'm not saying they're again.
I thought you said that the theory was that,
that's just
some guy who couldn't get laid.
No, that's just for that particular case, and that's just the
Right.
theory. But I'm talking in general, the incel thing. I'm not saying the guys in the incel world are murderers. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying that I just use that as an intro because I didn't know what incel was until I actually read that story. So no, I'm not suggesting that.
God, they have a word.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Yeah.
They have a word for
word for
guys
that. They
that
have a
couldn't
word for
get
that.
laid. You
They
know,
have a
you
word
know what
for
we call
that.
that?
Yeah.
You know what we call that? Dorks.
Yeah.
A dork couldn't get laid.
Yeah.
And they have completely now this is Idaho. It's a very rural area, right?
What I think is Moscow, Idaho, where the University of
Right.
Idaho
So and
is.
they've completely discounted. No one has seen anything or heard anything about Bigfoot at all. I mean, we're not mentioning. Well, listen.
Well, if anywhere it would be Bigfoot, you think it would be there because I mean, there's plenty of space in Idaho.
okay,
obviously,
were
so.
any of the people that were killed? Were any of them that hair braided or anything? Was there any kind of? Did they look like something?
Out of respect for the dead, I didn't say that.
Right.
But I was thinking that too, Matt. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, I just
So just to give you some context, guys, in the incel community, and obviously
Is
you're,
incel? Now, let me ask you a question. Incel is a new term because it refers to guys bitching on the internet, right?
I'm
or
not
is
exactly.
incel? I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure, but like I said, from what I saw on the internet, incel means men who are involuntarily celibate, who basically vent to each other. I don't know if, if it's
So
stops
it's
there.
guys who can't get laid who complain to each other about
Complain
not
to each other.
getting
Guys,
laid.
like, yeah, so
He-Man Women's Hater Club.
So they become kind of like women haters.
So is this just married guys at a bar? I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense to me.
So anyway, just
I don't-
So give these guys some perspective. So here's the perspective. Okay, Tom Brady, obviously, ridiculously good-looking guy. He's won a whole shitload of Super Bowls.
I don't think he's that good looking.
Okay, well, I'm saying he's
he's
okay. He's
he's
all
the
right
greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
But I mean, is he Jason Momoa or is he Ryan Reynolds? No, absolutely not.
Okay, but he's a better than average looking guy, right? It's like, why did everybody lose their mind over Elvis? Because he was the best looking guy with the best voice. So everyone lost their shit every time he sang. That's why we're still talking about him to this day, even though he died in 1977, right? Because
You're
we
the
can't,
only
I
one.
just saw that movie.
Wrap
And it's
our mind.
fantastic.
Did you really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
You saw? So I've been thinking about
Dude,
watching
we
that, but I
watched
was
it
like,
the other night. It was fucking great.
So all I can think of is I've seen that a million. I know
Yeah.
everything
No.
about Elvis. Do I not know anything
No.
about
Yeah,
Elvis?
We all do. I mean, because it's been
This is
stuffed down our throat for years. I
No,
mean, but-
Ted's right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's nothing groundbreaking or new, but it is definitely a new version of a story that's always existed. Like there was a documentary made in the early '80s, and it was all of his friends, all his bodyguards. They called them the Memphis Mafia, the Memphis Mob. It was like he had his posse, like 10 guys, and he just fucking lived with them. They traveled, did everything together, and they were his bodyguards too. They told the story about how he was manipulated by the colonel and all this, and how he lived and with the drugs and all this and all that firsthand. All these guys are still alive.
Yeah, sure.
They told the story like over and over again. This takes their story and makes it into a movie. And
That's kinda cool.
It's really interesting. And my wife doesn't know much about Elvis, and she's like, she said after the movie, she goes, you know what? I have like a newfound respect for that fucking guy. He wasn't just like he was like really a good person and had all this, but yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend it.
Okay. Listen. I saw the.
I
movie
believe it's
about-
called Elvis.
Yeah, I mean, but
So,
that's
so the
what-
movie. Wait, hold on. The movie about Elvis was
Yeah.
called once again. What? I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Elvis.
But that's part of the reason why he's the most impersonated celebrity of,
Yeah.
why they still play his music to this day. He's a ridiculously good
him
guy.
and Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, I mean, plays the guitar, plays the piano. So
Who's Bootsy? What the hell are you
don't know
talking?
who
I
Bootsy
never
Collins is?
heard of Bootsy.
I've never heard of a Bootsy Collins. Okay, so it's funny you're talking about incel and all this other kind of stuff.
So I just want to make one more quick point before we get off the subject. So guys, so look at it this way, guys. Tom Brady, who's a ridiculously good-looking guy who's won 7 Super Bowls. His wife divorces him, and within 2 weeks of divorcing him, she's dating her jiu-jitsu instructor. So the point is, she's already kind of moved on from Tom Brady. So
she's dating
her jiu-jitsu instructor, who could probably beat up Tom Brady. I'm guessing.
Sweet, that's the fucking best story I ever heard.
So
dude.
the point,
I had no idea.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is this, guys. Don't sweat it. If a woman leaves the best-looking guy who's got all the money in the world,
pick someone that's tougher.
Yeah, just the point is, don't sweat it. Just
So take up jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
and wait for Giselle Bundchen to drop this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe she'll come up with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you like a girl, she doesn't like you back. You know what? Get over it. Meet a new girl.
Doesn't it seem? But think about how silly that
Ain't
is.
that hard.
You just said it. You just said it. You simplified it. You like a girl. She doesn't like you back.
Yeah.
Move on. Find
I heard,
somebody else.
the reason they're getting divorced is because of Ted in the first place. That little skit he did on the show
Yes,
a
you
few
remember-
months ago.
Yes,
Remember that?
Giselle-
she
Ted,
fucking
Tom.
was listening,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Wait a minute, this guy's right."
She's like, my husband's name is Tomas,
Why
not Tom.
am I? Why am I?
Oh my
working?
God.
Tomas Brady.
Listen to me.
who
Listen
plays
to me.
foosball.
Fucking home record Ted.
That was one of the most insane things we have ever done
You know
on
the
this
funny,
show.
I keep
skit?
thinking
Yeah,
I keep
that-
thinking she's
Ted's-
German, but she's Brazilian, right? She looks
she's
German.
from Brazil,
she
but
looks
she's
German.
nat-
No, she
her
is German.
nationality
She
is
has a
German.
Brazilian.
Oh,
She was born in
okay.
Brazil.
Then I was right. Yeah, she's German. I could tell.
Okay. So in that vein, this weekend I'm channel surfing, and I ran across a 10-year-old movie starring. You ready for this? Rob Lowe and Kaylee Cuoco. Is that how you say her name?
She's the one from what the
Big Brain,
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Okay, and this was a 10-year-old movie, the Drew Peterson story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
This is what I don't know. Was Drew Peterson national news, or was it just an Illinois thing?
No, he was
Well,
national news. He was
oh,
national
yeah.
news. Yeah.
Totally.
It was national news.
Because he was real smug, because he was a former cop, and he thought he got away with it, and
Right. So I'm watching this, right? And the whole time I'm thinking, and for those of you who don't know, maybe you don't know this thing, I'll do it real quick. Drew Peterson's a Chicago cop, okay?
former Chicago.
Well,
cop.
no, Chicago suburban cop. I think it's Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
I think it's Bolingbrook, right? So he married a woman, okay?
Like 30 years younger than him.
30 years younger
Yeah, he's
than
like in
him.
his 50s.
Right, and then divorced her. Then he married another woman who was really young, and she ended up dying ended up drowning
in a dry bathtub.
in a dry bathtub.
and it was ruled a suicide.
Yeah,
initially.
Yeah,
Initially.
So I mean, if you kill a girl where you live and you're in the cops, I mean, I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
Then after that happens, he hooks up with another girl,
The third
and
wife- the
that's
third
what
wife,
this movie, this Lifetime movie is. This is Rob Lowe, kind of dressed. He's kind of heavy because Rob Lowe's a good-looking guy.
He's a ridiculously good-looking guy.
He is. Rob Lowe's a ridiculously good-looking guy.
Tom Brady good looking?
Well, I don't know. Rob Lowe.
I don't know. Rob Lowe
Rob
might be.
Oh, who do you
I'm
like
going to
better,
tell you.
Ted?
Oh, Rob Lowe for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm going KG, I'm going with.
So
I'm
this
going with Rob
movie's
Lowe.
10 years old, right?
It's 10 years old.
And
maybe
then there was they did the other movie.
Does
that-
Rob Lowe even age?
No, he does not. Oh my God, that sexy son of a bitch does not age. Yeah, but so then Kaylee Cuoco is she's playing the 23-year-old or 20-year-old.
Stacy Peters.
Yeah, I guess the last
The
one,
last
one,
the
yeah.
one
The one
who
that's playing
disappeared- the one-
hide.
the
No,
one who-
she's,
Right.
she's playing hide and seek, Ted.
The one who did
No, she's playing hide and seek
for the last 30 years.
Right. Yeah. So now he marries one, divorces one, kills one, and then the other one is living the
No,
life
there was
with
two, right? One drowned in the bathtub.
one drowned in the
Dry bathtub.
and then
Was ruled
and then
was
the other
ruled-
one
was ruled accidental death or suicide.
The other
initially,
one disappears.
Initially, and the other one disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm watching this thing and I can't stop watching it. Right now, here's something I didn't know. He actually, when he was in jail, he actually paid. He tried to pay somebody to kill the district attorney.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I think I heard that story. Yeah.
That. And then here's the weirdest part of this, and this is that thing where I know people from Bolingbrook. I just didn't know. I mean, he's not a good-looking guy. While he's on trial, he's out, right? He's on trial.
Yeah.
He gets a 19 or 20-year-old girl
Yeah.
to move in with him
there- you know,
while
there's-
he is on
there's
trial
gr- I
for
remember that,
literally
yeah.
2 people
Yeah.
dying.
Well, why do serial killers get groupie fan mail? I mean, like John Wayne Gacy got married in prison.
Dude,
Ted Bundy got married
Did
in
I
prison.
tell you my John Wayne Gacy story?
Oh, you got a John Wayne Gacy story? He lived in what he lived in? Where did he live?
Norwood Park.
Yeah, Norwood Park. Yeah.
Wait a
So
minute.
my
Okay,
friend,
Summerdale Avenue, Norwood Park. Yeah.
So a guy I grew up with, his dad was a eclectic collector, and he had these stores and all this. When Gacy started doing those paintings in prison, he befriended he knew somebody who knew John Wayne Gacy from the neighborhood, and he reached out to him to reach out to Gacy to say, hey, I could sell those fucking paintings, because he couldn't sell them from prison, but he would. So he made a connection with So he made a connection with them, and they were writing each other, and eventually became friends to where he was getting his paintings. And I was at his house one day when the phone rang, and it was a call from the prison.
Right.
So the phone's ringing, and my buddy Andy's like, answer it. So I answered. I'm like, hello, and they're like, yeah, it's a call, blah blah blah, from the prison. And I'm like, what? He's like, who is it? And I was like, I don't know. It's like the fucking prison, and it's a. I'm like, and then he said, John Gacy. And I was like,
wait a minute.
You talked to John Wayne Gacy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It was an operator on the line, and then I heard him say something, and I go, dude, and he's like, oh, he starts going crazy. Go, dad. He came, picked the phone. He's like, that was John Gacy calling for my dad. And he told me the whole story about he's trying to sell the paintings for him and everything. And then he brought out this like box, and he's got all these letters and all this shit, and he was selling those at his store too.
Dude, that's not cool.
No, it's not cool at all. It's scary.
all.
That's exactly what I said. And I was like 15 at the time. I go, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Because he was the worst human being in the world, right? Because we all grew up in a neighborhood.
Obviously, he's been long executed, so just FYI, for those who don't know.
Oh, and another good movie, Biop. Brian Dennehy played him in that.
Oh, yes, he did.
He was
I
fucking
love
great.
Brian
He
Dennehy.
make a good John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, he's got that.
He was
I love
awesome in
Brian
it. That was a
Dennehy.
great movie.
Yeah.
And he did great. I could picture him playing John Wayne Gacy, but there's no way anybody could picture Rob Lowe
playing Drew Peterson.
But he did.
It was. I mean,
it's got to be
it
flattering.
wasn't-
So think about like, okay, well, no matter what we do in our life, think about who the actor is going to play. What actor would play us
Oh, Tom Brady, you.
in our life? Yeah, obviously.
Right.
Elvis, Tom Brady.
Wait, did Rob Lowe grow the mustache too? Did he?
Yeah, he had a mustache and everything.
It was-
yeah.
it was
and he had the
Dude, he
extra
was
weight.
killing it. Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, and he did a good Chicago accent. Hey, why yous doing that?
Yeah, that's
over
hilarious.
Yeah, over by there.
Where was that Soldier's
wait,
Field?
Who would play you in a movie? I know who would play you. Who do you think?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I
I have no
know.
idea.
I know.
I wouldn't.
John Cena.
No.
John Cena.
No. Did you ever see the movie Scream?
Yeah.
You know the goofball from Scream? Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
What?
That's who would play. And he played.
have to Google that
He
one.
Are you talking
played
about the guy-
Shaggy on Scooby-Doo, the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, he was in that baseball movie too. I like
Yes, he
that
was.
guy.
That's who you kind of.
Who would play you?
Whoa.
Who would play you?
Oh,
Grizzly
definitely Tom
Adams.
Brady.
No.
Obviously, Tom Brady.
Tom Doherty. What's his name? Grizzly Adams. What was his name? Something Doherty.
It was Grizzly Adams. I have no idea. That's interesting.
No, Robert Redford would play me for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's still
No.
alive. He's still alive.
Robert Redford's alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he would play me
Because he's alive. Because we would just go
Yes.
with the first actor that would say yes.
before he dies.
Okay, you know who I'm going to go with? John Leguizamo. No, he'll just do anything. He'll do anything for money. Yeah, he's like a whore. He would.
Yeah, he's
literally,
doing Papa John commercials.
Yeah, he
now or
would.
something.
Yeah, here they're the guy from Papa John, Mr. Papa John.
He's doing the voiceover for Papa John.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of people with beards. But okay, so here's the weirdest part about all of this, and this is what made me think about this because I totally forgot about this. Drew Peterson's lawyer. Okay, now he came out the other day and he said they were doing the thing. He's like, they want to know where the last girl was.
The other day?
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they want to know the family wants to know where the last girl was. His last wife.
Wait, did is he dead?
No, he's in prison.
No, he's in prison.
in prison, yeah.
He's in an unspecified prison right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want people to know. But so his lawyer came out and said that when Drew Peterson dies, and that's like the end of the lawyer confidential
client, like, attorney privilege,
He's gonna
blah, blah.
he's gonna let the family know
Where the
like,
body is.
Yeah. I mean, he made it sound like that.
Come on.
No, because
right?
remember they said they were speculating she was buried in like the blue drum.
Yeah.
The blue drum.
Well,
They-
the whole
and
blue
the
drum
acid,
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, he can't. He could disclose that now.
No.
That's not
It's-
protected by that law.
It's a lawyer confidentiality thing because he was never convicted of that crime. He was only convicted of the dry bathtub one.
Yeah, well, I think after 7 years, you're actually presumed dead. So obviously, if she's been missing longer than 7 years, so legally she's presumed dead.
But you know that you could be tried and convicted for murder without a body.
Absolutely,
Right.
Yeah,
But I mean,
absolutely.
but he's already in jail for 50
Right.
years. He's going to die. But
Right.
Yeah.
now here's the weirdest part. I actually had an encounter with Drew Peterson's lawyer.
Oh, I know what's his name.
I don't.
I remember the name.
I can't
now.
remember his name.
He's a very famous lawyer.
Yeah, he's super
Yes,
famous.
yes.
Did you take a shower afterwards for all the
No.
filth
So
that
I will
got
tell
on
you. I'm going to tell you the story as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So it's a long
This is
while
this is
back.
taking
But
forever.
he's as famous as Drew Peterson.
He
his
is.
attorney.
He is.
Yeah.
What's
so,
his
so
name?
he's a big time lawyer. I forget his name. He's such a piece
It'll
of
come
shit.
to me. It'll come
Yeah,
to
but so this is a long time ago. Jack, this is probably 10 years ago. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Jack and I are in the park, and we're just throwing the football around. And one guy pulls up, and then another car pulls up right behind him, and it's just a neighborhood park, and they're both right behind my car. There are no cars on the street anywhere except for my car. One car pulls up, another car pulls up. One guy gets out. Two other guys get out with baseball bats. Ooh. Okay, so it's a younger guy.
Yeah.
Two older guys with baseball bats.
So they're going to play baseball. On the
Yeah,
field
they're,
that
yeah,
you
they're,
guys
no,
are
they're going to play some sports,
Yeah.
right? And I can tell right away that nothing good is going to happen,
Yeah.
right? And so Jack and I are there, and I tell Jack, I said, Jack, I go run into the park house, okay, and tell them to call 911. Okay, so he takes off into the park house as fast as he can. He's only 12 years old. I don't want him around there, but my car is there, and I don't want something
so
to
they're
happen.
walking towards you like this.
No, they're kind of like right on the sidewalk.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
very small park.
Okay.
It's not even half a block wide, so I'm literally 60
Is
feet
that
away.
Kirk Park right over here?
No, is it? I don't
By
know.
Home Depot there?
No, a little bit, but one not far from there.
Okay.
So I don't want anything to happen to my car, right?
Yeah.
And then they start in on this guy, and they're obviously strong arming this guy, and all this stuff happens, right? He runs in, he calls the cops. I said, stay in there till the cops come. The cops come, he comes back out, and the cops come, and they're doing this whole thing, and I'm just standing there. I'm just like an idiot, just standing there, tossing a football in my hand, watching these two guys do this thing. So the cops do their thing. They say, oh, hey, were you standing here this whole time? And I said, yeah, I was, yeah. And they're like, and one cop goes, he goes, why? I go, well, that's my car, man. I wanted to leave, but they were right there by my car, and I didn't want to go by all this whole thing. He goes, all right, we need your statement. So
Yep. And now the bad guys see you
well, okay,
and your license plate, and like, oh, thank you.
But he had a football in his hand, and they mistaked him for Tom Brady. Good
You know what you're
Look
called.
at that son of a bitch. Look how many Super Bowls he won.
you
He's
know
just staring at me.
You know what your name is? Collateral damage.
Okay, so
This guy called the police on us.
this thing
All
goes to
right.
trial. This thing goes to trial. Okay,
You're a material witness.
And this thing goes to trial,
Oh, my
and they
God.
call me in. Okay,
See that one
and
coming?
so here's the deal. It is a construction company, and the two guys are from some big time construction company, and this young guy was starting a construction company, and I guess he was moving in on the thing, whatever, right?
Their territory.
Right? Yeah. So now it goes there, and the district attorney preps me, and she's like, just tell everybody what you saw, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no problem. I can do that. Piece of cake, right? All right. So I get up there, and we walk in, and she goes, oh, my gosh. She goes, that's Drew Peterson's lawyer. And I was like, oh, wow.
And I'm going to have to Google it. I'm
Yeah.
Google it.
No, you're not. Put your phone down. You ain't Googling shit. You don't need to know this fucking guy's
Who
name.
Drew Peterson's lawyer's name? I
Hey,
want to know.
that's what
Who
I'm-
You said
gives a
he's
shit?
You said he's famous.
Okay, so you ready? I'm on the stand,
Yeah.
and this guy is giving me the what for, right? And so the district attorney says, "Oh, what do you saw?" I saw these two guys hassling this guy, and they brought out baseball bats, and I could kind of hear what they were saying, and I could kind of see they were obviously, strong arming this guy and being a jagoff to him and everything,
I
right?
was trying to be like objection.
Well,
Speculation.
I didn't say it like that, Ted.
But you did say
But then
jagoff.
Drew, yeah, well, I had to. So then Drew Peterson's lawyer comes in, and he starts asking me questions, and I start answering.
Oh,
them.
wait a minute. You know what the funniest part about the story is? I thought that one of the guys with the baseball bat was Drew Peterson's lawyer. That was your run-in with him. I didn't realize.
No, you ready? So Drew Peterson, after we're all done, he says to me, he goes, you know what's funny? He
Drew
goes,
Peterson's lawyer.
Drew Peterson's lawyer says, he goes, you know what's funny? This whole time, you've told everybody everything that's happened.
Including Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, he goes, like, you're some kind of genius. And he goes, let me ask you a question.
He just patronized the shit out of you.
No,
You know
he goes
that,
like
right?
this. Well, listen, he goes, let me ask you a question. He goes, how do you know all of this, right? And I stop, and I just go, well, sir, I know everything. I'm a teacher. And the whole place.
That's a good one.
Dude, the whole place.
That's a good one.
The jury, everybody watching, everybody's laughing the whole time.
That's a
They're
good one.
cracking up. And the judge, and I've already kind of screwed up a couple
yeah,
times,
who
and she
cares?
got
Yeah,
mad at me.
yeah.
And she goes, sir, and I look over, and she goes, this is not a joke. And now I'm shitting in my pants, right? Because everybody was laughing, and now everybody's quiet because it's like, she goes, this isn't a joke. This is real. And I go, I know it's real, but I go, he asked me a question, and I wanted to make sure he knew how I knew, right? And so we're all done, right? And I guess these two guys got convicted and everything, and I go back with the district attorney and her assistant guy, and they're like, dude, that was Drew Peterson's lawyer. And I'm like, yeah, you told me that. She goes, that was awesome. She goes, no one's ever done that to him before. And I guess the two guys got convicted.
Well, you know what? The motherfucker had it coming.
But it was, dude, it was awesome. He was so pissed. And honestly, I thought, so at one point.
Well, you know how he fucked up?
He fucked with me.
You know, I'm not even a lawyer.
He fucked with me.
No, you know what? I'm not a lawyer. You know how I know I fucked up? Because every lawyer, no lawyer asks a question they already don't know the answer to. So that fucker asked you a question he didn't know the answer to, and he got burned.
Well, he also probably didn't think I was going to fuck off like that and make a joke out of everything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the judge actually at one point.
So I guess that Harvard Law School
dude, at one
diploma
point she
didn't do
asked
any
me,
good.
Yeah, she asked me if I had a high limit on my credit card and if I could bail myself out of jail.
For contempt of court?
Yeah, she was, I was, you know, so what would happen is they would ask a question and Drew Peterson's lawyer would object, but I would continue answering the question because I just wanted to fuck these two guys because I knew exactly what happened. I mean, I was standing there, right?
Sure.
And then she got pissed. She's like, when he says object, you don't say another word. She goes, do you even understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't because I'm not an attorney.
No,
I don't understand.
I go, ma'am, I'm a teacher. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but she was really
I'm here against my
pissed.
will.
Yeah,
That's why.
She was really pissed,
Yeah.
man. That was, I mean, and that whole
If
thing.
you came to my job and didn't know what the fuck was going on, would I get mad at you? Of course not.
What? That's not a thing.
This is your
man.
fucking office. This is not my office. I don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, dude, I tell you right
You
now.
you called me here. I didn't ask to come here. You called me here. So you know.
I totally.
So just deal with it.
All right, so you guys know all this crypto stuff that's going on with FTX.
Yes, I've lost a lot of money on crypto. Thank you,
Yeah.
crypto.
Because of Tom Brady.
Because of Tom Brady. Oh, by the
It
way,
all circles back to that guy.
He was a crypto.
You are just saying Tom Brady for
because
everything.
because
He was a
that's-
crypto investor,
Yeah, he was doing
and
all
we
the
and we
ads.
followed his
He
advice.
was doing all the advertising for
because
FTX
because
specifically.
he's a really good looking guy, and we believed him.
Well, I mean, just because he's wait, hold on a second.
That's why I
I
said
did
Tom
hear
Brady.
that some of these guys were going to get in trouble, right? Like Tom Brady, they're talking about like bringing charges against Tom Brady and some of these
Yeah,
guys.
good luck with that. Yeah, of course
but
they will.
They're
Yeah.
paid.
Spokesmen.
Yeah,
Paid
it's
spokesmen.
just
Yeah.
because Tom Brady says do something doesn't mean do it, right? I mean, Tom Brady won 8 Super Bowls. I'm not going to win 8 Super Bowls.
Actually,
No.
he
And
won
nor would he
7.
tell you
He's
to.
trying to win 8.
I thought he didn't win 8 Super Bowls.
He's trying to win 8.
I'm not even going to argue that. But
7.
but here's the thing. I was reading about this, and have you guys read about this Carolyn Ellison chick?
No, who's that?
So she's kind of like the money person, okay? And she is crazy as shit.
Of what? Money person of what?
Of FTX. She kind of like put all this stuff together. And I you know, and she kind of like set this up and did all this stuff. And as I'm reading this, all I could think about is, way to go, right? Most of the scams are run by guys, right? And kind of controlled by guys. And here's what I'm saying. Ladies, get out there and start scamming people, okay? Get out there and do it. And don't just leave it for the guys. I was really proud of her. I really was.
No, I mean, look at
That's
that Elizabeth Holmes who from Theranos with the blood thing. She just got convicted of fraud, and she's going to serve 11 years. She's that one chick who. Would,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I love
like,
that.
you're
That's
gonna
a
we're
great-
going to take a drop of your blood, and we're going to know everything about you within 30 seconds. Yeah, and everyone fell for that bullshit hook, line, and sinker. You know, you ever heard of the snake oil salesman? That's what she is.
Right.
She's the modern day snake oil salesman.
Did you see there's a thing, I think it was Netflix or something?
And a lot of smart people.
It's a great
a lot of smart people fell for that line of
documentary.
bullshit. Yeah.
It's one of the best things
I mean,
ever.
I give her props for convincing a lot of like venture capitalists because I mean I think she raised like $2 billion or something ridiculous. Or
yeah.
a lot of people with advanced degrees fell for her line of bullshit. And here's the thing: they could have easily verified that it's all bullshit. They didn't do it.
Yeah,
They just
she
believed
was
her.
selling
Yeah.
it, dude. She
Yeah.
was selling it really
Oh,
well.
she sold that
if
shit
you
hard.
haven't seen, listen, I'm
She
telling you
sold
right
that.
now.
She sold that shit hard.
Here, watch Elvis and then watch the documentary about her. It was great, man. Every time something came up, she'd get a bunch of rich guys in a room and
Yeah.
she'd just be like, "Hey, man, everything's cool," and they just did this. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, dude. As long as you're saying it's cool,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Okay.
All right. So speaking of
You
lawsuits,
you promise? Okay, as long as you promise, I believe you.
speaking of lawsuits, and I think this one, so many lawsuits are stupid, right? I mean, we hear all these, you slip and fall.
Frivolous. Yeah.
This one made sense to me, okay? A woman is suing Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. Suing the company
About
Kraft.
time.
Okay? So in their mac and cheese,
I love their mac and cheese.
their microwave mac and cheese,
Okay.
it says it takes 3.5 minutes, okay, to get it done. And
What's the wattage of the microwave?
No.
Dumbass.
Here, you know what she's saying? She's saying, yes, it cooks in 3.5 minutes, right? But it's not ready to eat in 3.5 minutes because you have to open the package, okay? You have to put it in the microwave. You have to take it out. You have to stir it up. You have to mix in some water. She goes, It's well over 4 minutes.
Those
And
bastards.
she is suing
4-minute apps.
$5 million.
You know why that's not going to hold up? Because of that old woman that didn't know her coffee was hot, spilled it on her lap, and sued McDonald's for hot coffee.
But you know,
So now there's all these laws that they got to put caution hot on a fucking cup
Well,
of hot
you know what,
coffee.
but you know, part of that is that McDonald's, the coffee was way too hot.
Well, you know,
It was actually way
but
too
I
hot.
actually will tell you a funny story. Not funny, but so years ago, I was at IHOP.
She sued because it was hot.
No, I was at IHOP
This-
years ago, and
Please
I
tell me you spilled coffee in your.
and I got some hot chocolate, and
Penis.
actually, that hot chocolate was scalding hot, where like you drank you
You tested it by dipping your dick in
I
it.
just
If it's not
I
boiling,
actually dipped Mark's dick in it, and it didn't pass the smell test. But what happened was, I took a sip, and it literally just like paralyzes your taste buds. So there is such a thing as like scalding hot, where if it's like 180 degrees, it will burn you. But the point is, of course, she's negligent for putting the coffee in her lap and spilling it in her own lap, and
but it
blaming
was
others.
no.
I spent
McDonald's
15
knew
years
that coffee was too
I spent
hot.
15 years of my life playing softball and then going out starving and eating pizza right out of the oven and burning the fuck out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And I never sued EPI
because you were hungry.
because I built up a tolerance
Well,
to it. So
you were hungry.
No, because you're stupid.
I knew. Well, that's the point.
You could be a
I
millionaire
knew,
right
I knew
now.
this pizza is lava. I should have sued.
You
is what
needed.
you're
You
saying.
should have
You
sued.
needed food.
No,
or
I
you
knew
would,
what I was getting
or
into.
you would
I
die.
knew the fucking shit was hot,
He
but I
needed
didn't
to
care.
eat,
Hold on a second.
or he would die.
So, the one simple question, sir. Every time you did this, were you shit stew drunk? I don't remember our shit stew drunk. Okay, asked and answered. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Did you have the munchies?
Did you have the munchies?
Because you drank too much alcohol before you ate that pizza. Case dismissed. Your Honor, I'm moving for a directed verdict right now.
Since we're talking about laws and court filings and things like that, did you guys hear today was announced Kanye and Kim Kardashian got divorced a few months ago or whatever.
Officially?
Yeah, like months ago.
Yeah.
And they have 4 kids together. So since they got divorced in March, the courts they've been trying to figure out how much not alimony, but child support Kanye has to pay her. They have joint custody of the kids. They just came up with a number today.
What's the number?
Oh my God! Hold on! Don't say it. Okay.
I wish I was one of Kanye West's kids.
Okay. So
that's
let's
all
see.
I want to say.
Kim Kardashian has to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
She's a billionaire.
Okay.
Billionaire.
And so is Kanye, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So and this is a monthly thing or a yearly thing?
Monthly. They have
Monthly.
joint custody, mind
Okay,
you.
so Kanye,
4 kids.
So let's think about this. What idiotic, insane number? I'm going to go $1 million a month. Kanye has.
I'm
to
going
to
to say $50,000 a month.
that is.
Ted's right. It's $50,000 a kid. It's $200,000 a month in child support.
200. Jesus Christ!
Don't you feel bad for those kids? Because
I feel
all
bad
this
for my
time-
kids. They've been living on $50 instead of $50,000.
Could you imagine? I mean, what the fuck?
You know what's funny too? Didn't Kanye West have that song Gold Digger where he talks about
Oh, did you see
about
his kids' names?
Is one of them called Gold Digger?
North,
Oh yeah.
South?
Chicago,
Yeah. Saint.
Seven.
Yeah,
Saint,
Saint.
Seven?
and Psalm.
Psalm. Like with the
PS,
P with the P.
Yeah,
Like the Bible. Yeah.
There is no way you have a
50
normal
G's
life.
a month. Each of them are getting in child support.
That's just penalty for those shitty names.
Yeah.
Oh man, there is no way you have a normal life if your name is
But
North.
why would, if you're 2 billionaires, I guess they had a prenup where neither of them have to pay each other alimony if they get divorced. But if you're a billionaire and she's a billionaire and you have joint custody, why is he paying her $200,000 a month for child support?
Because she couldn't cut his dick off instead? Yeah. Wow.
Well, my question is
my thing is that we're talking about laws.
why would-
the law is weird.
why would Kanye West hook up with a Kardashian? I mean, because you have to know that's going to be that's like the curse, right? Anyone who hooks up with a Kardashian, it's nothing good ever comes of that. shit.
Tainted
Nothing goes ever
the
comes of that
JJ.
shit. Yeah.
That I'm telling you right now.
Well, it's not even
tainted-
that. I mean, it's just it tainted everything.
I think
so.
I think it's like honestly, I think each Kardashian is like a siren song
Yeah.
to black dudes.
But their stepdad
they just
is,
can't
is
stop
the,
themselves.
Their,
They can't.
their stepdad is the greatest athlete of all time of our generation.
O.J. Simpson?
No, Bruce
the
Jenner.
juice.
Oh, Bruce Jenner. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn. Yeah.
Caitlyn.
He did win the decathlon.
I didn't mean to do that.
He did
I
win the
didn't-
decathlon. So
She
you know
won
who,
the decathlon.
You know who,
I don't know how to.
you know who the Kardashians remind me of? So they're back in mythology.
Honey Boo Boo and her family.
No. The triple chin burger.
Same
No,
size
no.
butts. Same size buttocks.
Yeah. So in I don't know if it's Greek mythology, but in mythology, so you had the what do you call it? The mermaids. The mermaids.
Yeah.
And they had it was called
The siren song.
The siren song. So
Yeah.
they would lure sailors to their death. And that's what the Kardashians are. They're the modern day
You know what they are? You know what they
mermaids.
You know what they
who,
think?
who lure
That is-
men to their death.
Do you know what they think
That's what they are.
that mermaids were back in the day?
Really sexy dolphins?
No, but the
Really?
sailors thought that they were seeing mermaids. They were actually those. Oh my God, what are the
Octopus?
those animals in the canals,
Octopussies, I
in
believe.
the canals in Florida that are always getting hit by the boats.
Manatees?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Manatees aren't hot. Dolphins are hot. I mean, if you're going to have sex with a sea animal, dolphins
they're,
are way hotter
they're probably,
than
they're probably
manatees.
they're probably delusional from being at sea for like months,
That's
and they
what I
probably
mean,
have
yeah.
scurvy and all that shit. So I mean, so they're
Actually,
all-
you know
they're
what? Now
all
that I
fucked up.
rethink it,
They're all
octopus, those eight arms, man. There's a lot of shit you could do with those 8 arms.
That's a lot of
man.
hand jobs.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot
hand
of
jobs.
job. I mean, you could just stick that shit everywhere, man. I mean,
And they're very like
loving.
loving animals.
Yeah, until they squeeze you to death.
Have you seen that
They'll
documentary?
squeeze you to death.
My octopus
no,
teacher.
I've heard about that.
Dude, it's phenomenal. I'm not
Come
kidding.
on,
I swear to God.
like funny or like
no,
interesting?
it's interesting. It's crazy.
Isn't it a guy who's in love with an octopus or
No.
something?
Well, the opposite. Like the octopus is in love with him.
Come on,
It's
is it a
nuts.
cartoon?
No, it's,
You know they
it's a real,
they got beaks,
it's,
right?
it's
Octopus
not,
have beaks,
It's not that
and
the
they squirt. And
octopus is in love with him. It's as if it's you have to see it. It's really interesting.
So what's it called?
My octopus teacher, I think.
Oh my god!
so they actually have like
All right.
I love
we got a lot of
octopus, though.
homework, man.
they
We
have
got a lot of homework.
so they have videos of like people who like bond with certain animals. So like I think in South America somewhere, this guy he bonded with a crocodile.
No, he didn't
No,
bond.
no, he didn't bond. Yeah, but here's the point.
Wait,
So-
how long did it take for the crocodile to eat it?
Listen, I think the guy still alive. But the point is, the guy would go into the river every day. He would
It's
hug
like the grizzly
he would-
guy.
He would,
They ate him.
I live with these grizzly bears. They love me. Ah!
They ate him.
So he would hug the crocodile, go in the water with the crocodile, and so I guess they were
the
talking.
fuck outta here.
No, seriously, and they were talking to some crocodile expert, and and basically the expert said the crocodile doesn't. It's a reptilian brain. The crocodile doesn't know who the fuck you are, and it basically said the crocodile it doesn't love you. It just fucking tolerates you. It can fucking kill you anytime it wants to. You're just fucking lucky.
That sounds like you and me.
Yeah, exactly. Someone could die. Someone could die at any minute.
Who's gonna stop? Who's gonna stop tolerating who first?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
There could be a shank that comes out. We don't know what's going to happen. It could be anything.
No, you know what? I could never kill Ted. Here's why. We went into the bar the other day, or I went into the bar the other day, and I'm sitting down, right? I ordered my beer, and
Ted was in his car.
No, yeah, Ted is in his car doing I don't know what, right? And so I ordered my beer, and she goes, "Do you want a Crown and Diet for your?" And she paused, just like this, for your friend. And I was like, wait. I go. Why'd you say it like that? She goes, "Well, you guys are." And then she paused again. Friends, right? I'm like, why are you saying it?
Because you
like,
always tell people that.
I do.
Because you walk in the bar and make an announcement about you and your homosexual friends are sitting down for drinks.
No, I don't. I
so
say
now
my boy.
these
I
young
said my
women that
boyfriend.
are like 18, 19, 20-year-old servers, they're so fucking confused.
They are that because she
There's
said it.
there's a lot of
I
ambiguity.
do.
There's a lot
No,
of ambiguity.
I do.
Dude, you know how much? I would love to be a fly on the wall when they all get together and talk about you.
Well, I don't think we even have. You know, it's funny.
You know,
It's funny you should mention that because
Do you know that guy?
You know, I can picture them talking about us. I mean, I don't think we even have names. We're like,
No,
hey,
that's what I
it's
mean.
that guy.
That guy, yeah.
It's that guy, and there's headscar guy, and then there's buzz
you're a
cut
headscar
Yeah, I'm
guy?
headscar
No.
guy. Yeah.
I don't
And-
think anybody looks
No,
that hard.
no.
That
Here's what they
guy-
say. You know the guy that always comes in and then his friend comes in 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Norm
Even
from
though they
Cheers. Like,
got
no,
there
Like
at the
he's
same time?
like he's cleaning himself.
Norm,
like
You know, they both
Norm.
arrived at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Exactly,
Like they had sex, but
Yeah.
one guy's dirtier than the other guy. Like one guy's the bottom and the other guy's Ted.
Which guy's the power top? I think it's that. I'm gonna flip a coin. I think it's that guy.
Oh man, that is so wrong. Okay, so let me ask you guys, and then we'll get into a little bit of president talk. But I wanted to do this. Let's say you're a car salesman. Okay, what do you think a car salesman? What do you think his greatest mistake would be? So he's at work. What would be the one mistake, like the life-changing mistake that a car salesman could make on any given day?
Honesty. I don't know.
No.
I'm just kidding. So.
Judging somebody by the way they look.
Oh, actually, that happened to me. So I actually went to a dealership. I mean, this is years ago. I walked down to the lot, and I think I can't remember what the guy came up to me right away, and I said I'm just looking. He was very dismissive of me. So I think the biggest mistake a car salesman can make by judging you what you look like, because you could be a fucking millionaire, and just because you don't look like you're have money,
Ted.
I think
You
they do.
literally just said what I said.
Yeah.
Right. But Ted, in his defense, you wear sweats every day.
Yeah.
You wear the same shirt. You only have 3 shirts. If you've been in there 4 times,
Right.
that means he's seen you in every outfit you have and both pairs of
Well,
sweats.
you know, maybe I wanted a fucking Rolls Royce Flying Ghost,
but you did
and
you,
I could have paid cash for it.
Ted, did you get a Rolls Royce Flying Ghost?
I have a true story
No,
about
you
this.
got Ted. You got a used piece of shit. Yeah, like I mean, you
Yeah, you did not buy the rolls.
He saw you drive up in your car. He saw the way you looked. Okay, he could smell your breath. Okay, and then I had just left and said my boyfriend's going to be there in 15 minutes and he doesn't want to buy anything. So
So you know what's funny? I'm surprised. Wasn't there a show like this a long time ago? Like so, I thought there
Not
was
like this.
No, I thought there was a show where so there's a guy. Like just say any random dude instead of like The Bachelor. There's a guy. He's the million. He's like a millionaire guy, but he pretends like he's broke and he's looking for love, but he can't tell the girl he's
in
rich.
all the wrong places.
So he has to pretend he's completely like dead broke,
Yeah.
and just see if the girl loves him for like who he is versus like his money. I mean, I'd love to.
What a
I'd
dumbass.
love to do that.
I sold
I'd love to
cars.
do that.
I sold cars for like 6 years out of college.
That's a tough job.
And we always did the same thing. You know, you see some kind of I'm not fucking talking to this guy. We were selling Chevys, and one day a guy walked on a lot. He was tall, like 6'4". He looked like Larry Bird, but he was definitely on the spectrum. And I'm not kidding.
I'm pretty sure
He
Larry
walked
Bird was
in,
on the spectrum.
So he walked in, and it didn't look like he had any money. It didn't look like. I mean, he was just like.
How can you tell? How can you tell if someone has money? By looking at them.
You just judge. You become
Right.
Exactly. You judge.
right,
You
right.
judge.
Yeah, you have all
you
this-
make,
yeah,
you make
I mean,
bad.
You have preconceived notions.
But I mean, you know what?
So,
we
no, but
do it all the
he
time.
walked in just like Ted. He had sweats on and all this, and he pulled up in a piece of shit car, and he comes in and he asks to see. He wants to look at the Corvettes. So my buddy Josh goes.
That's a sign.
So my buddy Josh
That's a
goes.
sign.
You know, fuck you guys. I'm gonna up him. So he goes and he's like, "Hey, welcome to so and so. You know, Chevy. Blah blah blah. How can I help you?" He's like, So he's like, "All right, come on this way." Sits down in his office, showing the brochures. He's talking with him. He comes out of the office. He goes, "Fucking guy's buying a vet for me, and he's paying cash because he's a fucking millionaire."
Yeah.
And we're all like, "Yeah, right."
There you go.
And he did. He wasn't a millionaire, but he was. He was
a thousandaire.
No, his family is extremely wealthy, and he was like a trust fund baby, and he had all. They just gave him money, do whatever you want with it. So this guy bought the vet from Josh, and he would come in like every other week with his vet to have it washed, and he would spill his minnows in the back of the vet because he would go fishing with it, and they detail it for him. And the guy and here's what he did. His family owned some sort of big ticket broker business because he always had tickets for anything you wanted tickets. And he would always say, "Josh, do you want tickets to this?" "Yeah." "Come in, Josh, do you want tickets for this?" "Yeah." So Josh,
you guys could have had all that.
No, Josh and I were really good friends. So I had all that, but because he took me to all the shit. We went to Bulls games. We had like first row 300 balcony of Bulls finals games. We saw U2, 8th row, Soldier Field. And he would just, he didn't give Josh tickets. He sold it to him at face value, which was like, come on.
No ticket broker does that. So
No,
wait, hold on
no.
a second. So let me ask you this, Teddy. Are you a millionaire and I don't know this? Are you are you wealthy beyond?
I'm your undercover boss for the last
That would
10
be-
years.
Dude, this
And
would be
by
the
the way,
longest ruse ever.
you're fucking fired.
12 years. It
Step
took
into-
12 years
step
for
into
Ted
my
to
office
fire
because
me.
you're so fucking fired.
Oh, man, that is crazy. Okay, so if you're a car salesman in Florida, here's a life-changing mistake that you make, okay? An 86-year-old man comes in
Makes sense.
to buy a car,
lot of retirees
right?
in
To buy
Florida.
a car,
Yeah, right, lot of retirees,
and you let him test drive a car.
and he mistook the gas for the brake, and we don't know where it's going to go where this is going. But go ahead.
And 15 minutes after you get into the car, that old man, he has gotten into an accident. His 82-year-old friend is in the back seat. She's dead. The car is wrecked.
The salesman's in the car?
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
So
yeah.
So
the
it's a test
salesman
drive.
lives. He is completely fucked up. All right. It's a rollover. So this guy
Was it Joe Biden?
You ready for this? No, listen. No, he can't drive a bike. I wouldn't let Joe Biden drive a car I'm in for all the money
wait
in
a
the
minute.
world.
Okay, go ahead.
So they're on their way back from the test drive. He goes to turn in. He turns in front of a giant truck. The truck hits the car, destroys the car, kills an old woman that's in the car.
Bravo,
okay?
bravo, old man driver.
3/4 dead is the driver, and the salesman completely messed up. And 2 days later, he gone.
Sounds like a good work.
He got
comp.
fired.
Sounds like
fired.
So how do
sounds like a good work comp claim.
So if you're an 86-year-old man and you come into the dealership and you say you want to test drive a car and you say
The answer is no.
that you can't do that.
Listen, this guy came.
That guy.
There was 3 people in the car, and one of them died. Yes, you say no all the time from here on out.
How could you deny?
Actually, but
I
you
know
know what's
it
funny?
is.
So
That's
you're,
age discrimination.
So you ever see the video of?
And it's real.
No, you ever see?
You want to get in a car with an 86-year-old?
I bet
haven't
you.
I told?
No, of course
haven't I
not.
told
Ted,
a story about my mom driving?
Ted, can you see this scenario? The same story, but 86-year-old man walks into a dealership, asks to test drive a car. The salesman says, "No fucking way, you're too old." The salesman, 2 days later, got fired.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, but at least he's alive.
But he's alive. Yeah.
At least he's
So- so
alive.
The salesman's dead.
No, the salesman
No,
actually.
so he's alive.
So
So what-
basically, instead of-
barely. He's barely alive.
he's-
They
he's-
got.
he's-
Wait, I
he's-
thought you
he's-
said
They got T-boned by a
Yeah.
giant.
I thought
ass
you meant
truck.
he was messed up mentally, but he was
No,
physically
he's
okay.
not mentally messed up. He was physically.
Yeah.
Andy lost
You know,
his
you know,
job.
you know what it is.
Yes.
You know what it is. He's alive.
Dude.
Like he's gonna be.
He's a live coward and not a dead hero. That's what he is.
Dude, you let an 86-year-old guy.
Was
they
he a
made it-
used car salesman?
No, so
That's a good start.
by
Oh,
the way,
never mind.
Nissan. 2 out of 3 people live in every accident. Yeah, it was a Nissan.
Those side airbags
I don't know
didn't
what
work,
I don't know
yeah.
which Nissan it
Yeah.
was, but yeah. But no, you can't, dude. When
Yeah.
an 86-year-old guy comes in.
What do you
can't
call a
let him
car
in.
salesman getting killed in an accident on test drive?
Is this a joke? I don't know.
good
What was
start.
the punchline? Yeah. So
Come on, no, my
actually,
dad sold cars for a long
I
time.
sold cars too. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I
but
know
you're
a
a
lot of
piece
car
of shit.
salesmen.
No, actually,
Oh, my
that's
goodness.
my segue into politics for a second. So my segue is like,
perfect. Perfect segue.
So for a politician, if a politician can't perform an everyday task, you should not vote for them. For example, if Joe Biden cannot drive you, like say, for example, Joe Biden's
the president. He's
no,
not
no,
allowed to
no,
drive.
no. But the point is, he's your designated driver.
Is he
has
not allowed to drive?
He has to, no, he has to drive you from If he cannot drive you from California to New
Wait a
York
minute.
cross country,
The president of the United States is not
Ted,
allowed
no,
to
it doesn't
drive a
matter.
car.
Ted. I don't want any. I don't want any random person driving me from New York to California.
but the point is, if you can't trust the person you're going to
he's 80 years old or
exactly.
something.
The point is, if you cannot trust the person who's leading the country to even physically drive a car from like a few hundred miles without fucking up or killing you, you shouldn't vote for them.
Vote for Ted.
Vote for Ted.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton hadn't driven a car in fucking 30 fucking years. Joe Biden's never driven a car.
Wait, are you
ever?
Come on. Are you telling me Hillary Clinton hasn't driven a car in 30 years?
30 fucking years. She's driven
30
around.
30 fucking years.
Yeah, everywhere. She's
Well, yeah, she's
so the point
super
is,
wealthy.
But
and
yeah,
she's
exactly.
Part of the,
So how can you trust somebody who can't even do an everyday fucking
That
task?
seems so-
How can you trust a
You know
politician?
who we could trust? Seinfeld. I see him driving.
They don't go shopping. They don't go shop. They don't shop for their own groceries. They don't drive anywhere.
That's called being lucky. That's a great life. Listen, hold on a second. I'll bet you Joe Biden can't make a waffle either, but it doesn't mean he can't be president.
You know who else didn't drive? George Washington.
Yeah, because they're in the fucking car.
Bullshit.
There's no
That guy-
cars
that
back-
guy-
horse and buggy. You got
None
it,
of our
sir. You
founding
got it.
fathers could drive cars. I would have never voted for him.
But you know what? He took that boat across the fucking Delaware River. He stirred the shit out of that boat, didn't he? He stirred the
I
shit
thought
out
you
of that
said
boat.
butt.
Well, we
Across
don't
the
know. We
Delaware.
don't know what happened on that
Across
boat.
the Delaware.
We don't know what happened on that
Across the
boat.
Delaware, yeah,
it was
so.
it was a boat full of dudes, man. There could have been a lot of butt stuff going on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. What do you think?
That was the first great gay cruise in the history of the United States.
The Love Boat. Love Boat.
Mr. Washington, how will
Did
we
you-
know
hey-
our own boats? Well, let's paint them with different colored stripes. Maybe like a blue stripe and a red stripe and a
you
pink
see-
stripe, and then all of the striped boats will be our boats. Anything that's not striped, that'll be the enemy.
No, but the point is, if you're a politician and you're so detached, if you're so detached from reality that you can't perform an everyday task that everybody does, who are the people you're representing, you shouldn't be You should not be representing them. If you can't do what they
I'm
can do,
100% against that.
really.
I mean, do you think Nancy Pelosi drives her own car?
Of course not, and that's why she's unfit
All right.
for. That's why she should not be a politician.
there-
She should have been long
you think
gone.
Trump? You think Trump gets behind the wheel of his own car?
Of course not. That's why he shouldn't be
None
president.
of these assholes do.
Pelosi shouldn't be in office. Trump shouldn't be in office. Biden shouldn't be in office. All these fuckers who
Okay,
are useless pieces of shit should not be in office.
Okay, so
Useless pieces of shit.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what the RNC is. The RNC, Republican National Convention,
Yes.
right? Is that what it is?
Correct.
I don't understand how the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell.
Mike
is that his name?
Lindell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember we talked about him. We had a
Yeah.
whole, we did.
Oh, but he had a big
how,
crack
how
cocaine.
is he one of two people that it wants to run for the RNC? How can that possibly be? How can there be only two people and one of them is a former crackhead?
Yeah.
He did a lot of crack.
Who, by the way,
he did a lot
by
of
the way,
crack.
all during COVID,
did a lot of crack.
literally said, I'm going to, I have a cure for COVID,
Yeah.
right? How is he one of two people that is going to represent the Republicans? Why are they letting this happen?
Who's the other one?
I don't know. Some chick. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Johnny B.
Oh, I don't know if I. So I don't know if I told you guys this a long time ago, many months ago. I actually emailed Johnny B and asked him to be on the show.
Dude, I miss Brandmeier.
Is it Jonathan Brandmeier?
Yeah,
So just for some context, he was a DJ for what B96?
No,
the
never
Loop.
B96,
The
the
Loop.
Oh, the Loop. So back in the like 90s or
Multiple
80s?
times.
80s and then
yeah, multiple times.
But he had like the porn stash. That's the guy with the porn stash, like the Freddie Mercury porn stash.
You know what? Did he have? I
No,
don't
he
think
was clean shaven.
I don't think he ever did. But so a while back. So he is literally the reason I'm doing this is because of him.
This is the only
Are
reason.
you serious?
Yeah.
And I just brought up his name randomly.
Wow.
Right now.
Yeah, I mean he is to me the funniest human being
Yeah, I thought.
on the
Did you ever
planet.
see him in concert?
I've been on it.
He had.
I've seen him in concert. I've
Oh,
been
you
on
got
his
a
show.
show?
I have. I
Wow.
was the Loop Vandal. I don't know if I've ever said this story, but I was the Loop Vandal.
Okay, well,
Oh my God, I know you.
Yeah, from the Bulls game.
Well, okay.
My buddy Michi and I.
Oh my God, they used to say your full name too.
Oh yeah. I was the Loop Vandal. Yep.
so I was
That's you.
That's
so,
me.
So I was at a
Yeah.
bar years ago, and actually, you know who's there? You know who was at the bar? Eddie B and Jobo.
Yeah, they're not. Those guys are
Yeah.
jerk offs.
And you know what?
So-
And they treated me kind of rudely. So I want to say, go fuck yourselves.
Well,
Assuming you're still alive.
Let's find him and test drive.
Assuming
with
you're
him.
still
Let's
assuming
just-
you're still alive.
Let's
And,
just get him
by
in
the
the
way,
car.
I never thought you were talented anyway.
Remember, is Eddie Abler? Is Eddie Abler?
Oh, yeah, Eddie Abler.
And I think one of us had a
Eddie
real bad
Abler's- yeah.
one of us had a real bad cocaine problem. By the way, one of them.
Oh, we're not saying that. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so a while back, a few months ago, I actually emailed Johnny B and I said, "Hey man, would you?" Because he had a podcast, right? And then their podcast stopped, and literally, I'm just like, "Hey man, there's got to be something to take that place." Now I know I'm not Johnny B. So everybody who's listening, I'm not.
We might be better than Johnny
okay,
B.
that's no.
Don't shortchange yourself.
I won't even say that, Teddy.
Fine,
I won't even
whatever,
say it.
whatever.
But so I emailed him and I was like, "Hey man, we'd love you to be on the show because your podcast stopped." And then so he sends me. He actually responded to me.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Personally, or not through his
He
assistant.
personally responded to
Nice,
me.
okay.
He remembers you.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he personally responded to
Yeah.
me, and he's just like, "Listen, the show hasn't been on, right? He actually had throat cancer.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and
to
he
hear that.
had to have like some kind of like unbelievable surgery, like that 2 or 3 doctors in the whole world
Yeah.
can do. But he responded, he goes, "Listen, man," he goes, I got to take care of my own thing and everything. But he didn't say no, he wouldn't be on the show. And then so he sent me a link to a thing that he did to kind of tell everybody that he's kind of healtly and everything.
Was this
But-
recent? So
Yeah, it was in the last couple weeks.
can we get Johnny B on the show?
We'll see. He's just like I said. He's literally. So he did a thing.
He will not come here though.
Who knows? But he literally did a thing, and it was the first time he spoke more than honestly more than 10 words in a row, or more than for 5 minutes in months.
Wow.
So
Nice.
he got surgery, and for weeks he was not able to talk. For weeks.
Well,
and this is a guy whose life
that's his
is
livelihood.
talking.
That's his livelihood. That's his
Yeah.
livelihood.
That's
yeah.
like
so
when Wayne.
yeah.
That's like when Wayne Messmer got shot in the fucking throat.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
It was like I was in the bar.
Didn't somebody jump him or some guys
and
tried to
Hawk-
rob him and they shot
at
him?
Hawkeyes, we were there the night before. There's a parking lot across the street from Taylor Street that you used to park in. This gravel lot, and it was dark and it was a very shady fucking area. Well, he used to go to Hawkeyes too. He was in Hawkeyes after a Bulls game and parked in that lot and got mugged, and they fucking struggled, and he got shot in the throat. A guy that makes a living with his voice, but he made a full recovery. Like I'm sure
Yeah,
Johnny.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Johnny B can talk and everything's fine. And he did like a 20-minute little thing that he sent me the video of, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm back. I can talk again, and here's a video." But man, I'll tell you what, man, I'm not choking up or anything, but This is a guy that I listened to for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the epitome of
How did you get the gig on the show?
no. I won some tickets to go to a Bulls game.
Right.
And so we went to the Bulls game, and we're with Johnny B, and we're getting me and my buddy Meach, and he's a little, we put a couple drinks in him,
Wait,
and he gets a little trippy,
You got
and
a
we
bu-
ended up stealing.
You got a buddy?
Yeah,
Oh.
not you, Ted. This is
Must
he,
be
but
nice.
no.
he was the Ted before Ted.
So what did you end up stealing?
So we're in a suite, we're in
Yeah.
a Bulls suite, and we ended up taking a full size 4x2 poster, frame poster off the wall, and we walked out of the United Center, me and my buddy, with this thing in our
And so he labeled you the Loop Vandal.
the Vandal, because we stole that thing right
But
off of there.
Didn't he name you by your first and last name on the show?
Yeah, he said, yeah. Well, no. He didn't. He did
No,
not.
I thought he did.
because,
See, I was wrong,
No.
but okay.
Because he actually called me up and he says, "Hey, man, we want you to come on and do this and return it and everything,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and I told him, I said, dude, I'm a teacher. I go, if you say my first and last name, I'm kind of,
Okay,
I'm probably
okay,
kind
okay.
of screwed, because he was the most popular. I mean, at some point, he was the most
Yeah.
popular person
so,
in Chicago.
So what was
Yeah.
I mean, I remember him when he was the most popular guy. Like what was the time frame?
Johnny,
like the years.
he did a morning show
Was that
for a
the
lot
the
of years.
2000s or the 90s? I
No,
can't,
like
I can't
the-
remember. I can't
It was
remember.
like 80s, 90s.
90s.
Oh, 80s,
He
yeah,
kept-
okay, yeah.
He kept going back and forth,
Yeah.
and he was here in Chicago,
He
then he was
really
in LA.
big though, like in the late 80s into the early
Oh,
90s.
yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Like 86, 87, 88.
I've heard
89.
him, yeah.
He did shows at Poplar Creek.
Yeah.
He put an album. I got his VHS. I got
Oh yeah,
his,
he's got he
Yeah.
sings. He's actually him and
he
his
sings?
brothers.
Wow.
his
Buzz-
family
Buzz-
was very musical.
Yeah, they all
Yeah,
Buzz
so
the
they-
Newsman, Blues Man. He had all those songs.
Oh
Moo
man, I
Moo.
love Buzz.
I know you're a cow.
Oh, I know you're a cow, but anything I'll do is say, ooh wee. Can't you see? I just want to make love to you.
That was way too
See, I
much, but
know
I
all
get
those
it. I get
songs.
it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but
So-
He
but
had
he
some
was
good songs.
dude. He was like he had a band.
So
the
you,
whole deal. Yeah.
so you remember like Mancow? Mancow was like nationally
Not a fan,
syndicated.
not a fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I
come
wasn't
on,
a fan, but the point
a
is, he
fan.
was super popular. I never thought he was anything special. It was like Opie and Anthony. Those guys were. They
Danny
were like,
Bonaducci punched him in the mouth.
good,
Man cow?
Yeah.
good.
Did you ever hear that story?
He had a very
Bonaducci told it. On,
He had a very
on-
punchable face.
he told the story on the air. He confronted Mancow in the parking garage and fucking dropped him.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah, but he's
hold on.
actually pretty buff. Actually, he's
Hold on.
he's pretty good. So
Is that absolutely the way it was, or was Bonaducci so fucked up that that's the way he?
No, but he was sober. He
remembers-
was sober when he was in Chicago.
Yeah.
He was
Not
clean.
all the time.
Yeah, he was.
Not all the time. I told you the story. I won the tickets off of him, right?
Yeah, I know. We
but
talked
yeah,
about it, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know,
He
man.
fought
Danny Osborne.
Donny
was
Osborne.
yeah,
there.
and
I
the
watched it.
celebrity boxing
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. So
Yeah.
I'd love to have Bonaducci on this show. If he's, I mean, I'm sure he's
Yeah,
long
you know
retired.
how hard it is to get a hold of people.
Really?
Ted, it's impossible. It's
Why?
funny. It's funny. You know
Why? Where the fuck are they?
Ted,
Are they on Earth?
Ted, I told you I called Dennis Rodman, right? I got a hold of Dennis Rodman's agent,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And I was like, hey man, I'm like, I know Dennis isn't doing anything, so
He's the attorney for Drew Peterson too.
and I'm like, well, have him on the
Oh,
show.
Bukowski
And-
or something like
yeah,
that.
I have no idea what the guy's name is, and he goes, Dennis only does, I told him, I go, we got a little show in Chicago and blah blah. He goes, Dennis only does paid things. He goes, are you going to pay him? And I'm like,
Yeah,
I go like I say in money. Yeah, no, in money. I'm like,
We use
like
the,
I could,
we use the
I could
barter,
cook for
we
him.
use the bartering system.
Yeah, I could
We'll
cook
give,
for
we'll give him a
and-
lap
and he
dance.
says-
We'll give him some
yeah,
pasta.
yeah.
So
And he says, no, we only help him do that. I said, can you at least give me his number? And he goes, no,
okay.
no. We get in contact. We don't do anything unless there's money in it for us.
Okay.
And I was like,
So
I'm
it's a
like,
whiff,
all right.
so it's a whiff from what's in it for me.
Yeah, hey,
What's in it
that's
for me?
that's
That's
cool.
cool, that's cool, yeah.
Listen, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
All
If
right,
that's if Dennis Rodman wants to do whatever he's doing, I think it'd be great.
What's Dennis
I
Rodman
think
like?
Dennis Rodman would have a blast.
Yeah, he would.
On this show.
He's cool. Actually, I actually met Dennis Rodman's dad, Philander Rodman, at Niles Bowl like years ago.
So he's just bullshit. Is this a guy who said he was Dennis Rodman's dad?
No, it was really Dennis Rodman's dad. Philander Rodman was
Yeah,
his
I know
name.
the name. We all
yeah.
know the name. Yeah.
And yeah, he I couldn't tell by looking at him, but I mean, I assumed it was him. So,
So if your son's the worm, what are you?
Actually, you know who I met at Niles Bowl? I met Willie Galt years ago.
Oh man, I love.
Hold on a
He was
second.
like my size.
the Jet.
Wait a
He
minute.
was like my size.
Yeah, he's
Wait a minute.
not
So
a big
you're
man.
saying just hanging out at Niles Bowl? Okay, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Anybody who's hanging out at Niles
I met
Bowl who's
Willie
kind of cool.
I met Willie Galt.
All
Yeah.
right. Mark, what are you doing tomorrow? I want to get some guests for the show. You want to go?
I'm going to check out Bettler Bowl.
No, not
Oh.
Bettler.
Yeah.
Niles Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna go to Niles Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't like in
where
love
is
with the guy.
Niles
So
Bowl?
right on Tui
Mount
and
Prospect.
Tui and Milwaukee Avenue,
Tui in
right
Milwaukee.
across the river from the police station.
That's called
It's called
now.
Bolero now, but it used to be
Before
called
that-
Niles Bowl. Yeah, it used to be
Before that,
Niles,
it was
Niles Bowl.
no.
All right, so
Yes.
so
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
so,
man.
so
Yeah,
that's we could walk, dude. We could
There was
walk
a
over
Brunswick
there.
zone before that.
But it's still Niles Bowl, Brunswick Zone. Yeah, but the bowling alley is still there. It's the same structure.
No, I know it. Yeah, I didn't know it was called Niles Bowl though.
You want to bowl for money?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, man, you guys are so wrong. Okay, so we didn't even get to the thing that I wanted to
such a
talk about
hustler,
today,
dude.
Teddy.
Wait, we're talking about other stuff?
No. But we got it. We got to put a fork in this. But we will get to this next week. We all know that Donald Trump announced that he's going to run for president again.
Yes.
Okay, and we are setting up. And it's getting official now, right, Mark? I mean, it's
Yeah.
getting official.
Yeah.
We are setting up Ted for president.
He doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote
here's-
for Ted.
Here's the thing: we need to get rid of all these fucking stupid motherfuckers who don't know anything about anything, completely incompetent,
and get a different stupid motherfucker
not
named Ted.
I mean, no,
Hey,
not ready to make tough
Can't
choices.
beat him. Join him. Vote for Ted.
Not ready to make tough choices. That's okay.
Vote for Ted.
Here's the bottom line.
That's vote for Ted with three E's.
The sad truth is that I'm probably not going to get a lot of votes because even though I am the best candidate for the job,
Oh, I absolutely. Ted, if the choice is you, Donald Trump, or Joe Biden,
yeah.
unfortunately,
Or even
in that group,
even like
you
Pete-
are for sure
Pete,
the number.
Pete Buttigieg,
No,
Ron
Ted.
DeSantis, those guys.
Ted, if,
I mean-
if the Republicans get Trump and the Democrats get Joe Biden, you absolutely are the number one choice.
Here's the bottom
as
line,
president.
folks. Here's the bottom line. If you vote for any of those motherfuckers, those useless pieces of shit, your taxes aren't going to go down. Your wages are not going to go up. You know, here's what you're going to get: a lot of fucking, reindeer games, 4 years of bullshit. A lot of bad cop, good cop, bad cop. That's all you're going to get, guys. But go ahead and go do it.
Teddy, could I do it?
More crime. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
dicks up, tops down.
Yep.
Right. That's Teddy. Vote for Ted.
Knock
Vote for
yourself
Ted.
out.
Vote for Ted.
Yeah.
All right, so we will honestly, and I'm so bummed out, but not having a guest, and we just kind of get to talk about whatever. I
Intentionally
completely-
not having a guest, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, intentionally. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We've had enough guests for a while.
Yeah. I think it was a great idea.
I got some guest fatigue right now.
No, I do too.
got
And you
guest
know what
fatigue,
you know what I told Matt? I said, it's a good idea because when we get a guest and another guest and a mystery guest, the three of us aren't talking, especially you. I mean, I have not heard you speak a lot when we had like 6 people in here.
I was like this.
I know.
Yeah.
So no, it's good. It's good that it's good to interact more with you two.
I just remembered who you guys are.
Wait a minute.
I didn't know
What?
who you guys were.
I thought we said that was a good thing that Ted didn't talk.
I thought you said I was all right, Spider.
I actually forgot who you guys were. I was like, who are you? Do I know you? Or you?
You talking to me?
All right. So we got to do it. We got to put a fork in this thing. Oh man, you know what? I love not talking to anybody about anything. I love that concept. Okay, Mark, put a fork in this thing. Last thoughts. Hit us with them.
If I don't have a Pipstein, I don't wipe. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You wrote that down for me. Never mind. My final thought is, I was thinking about this. I'm thankful to be on the show. We finally have Ted back in the studio, and I'm thankful that you really did not have anything other than a mild bout with COVID.
Thank you. I appreciate
And you got
it.
clearance from your doctor, right?
Thank you. Well,
To
I
be
mean,
here,
it's
otherwise,
partial clearance.
yeah.
I mean, I could have.
Okay.
God knows what I
You
have.
should have been sitting over there.
You were cleared, right, Ted?
Oh, I mean, not officially, but I mean,
Maybe.
You
technically.
I
Vote
thought
for
you,
Ted.
you
Vote for
took
Ted.
you took the test and there was a plus sign.
Yeah.
Right? Wait, does that mean he's
I mean,
pregnant?
It's probably negative now. So
Probably negative.
probably.
Listen, and this is crazy because
It's a fluid situation. We don't
I
know.
love this story. Way back when COVID was happening, where Teddy and I are driving all over to different states to golf and everything. We sit down in one of the bars, the local bars, right during the middle of COVID, and Teddy does a cough, and jokingly I said, "Oh, Teddy's got COVID." And he goes, "Yeah, I do." And I'm like, "Why are you sitting in a
He
bar?"
really did, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, "Why are you sitting in a bar next to me with COVID?" And he goes, "Yeah, whatever." I was like,
See, my final thought was it's good to have Ted back. I'm going to take that back.
okay.
I'm taking it back now because of all this. This is making me angry now.
I mean, deep down,
No, I'll stick by
deep down, we all have COVID. So what's the difference, right? So,
Deep,
deep down.
way deep down. Oh man, that makes it sound like you gave me COVID in a really weird way, Teddy. All right, Teddy. Last thoughts.
Okay, incel guys, just go. Incel guys, stop it! Stop with the fucking pity party. Just go to Japan or Thailand, and get
Did
your
you say Thai?
Thailand.
Did you say Thailand?
Wow,
I said
Thailand would be a great
Thongland,
destination.
yeah.
Call Janice.
Thailand,
Put
yeah.
Janice on the phone. Janice, can
Yeah.
you get us to Thailand,
Yeah.
please?
Thailand. Listen,
Thailand,
and listen, I need a layover in Breastville.
Hooters. Is there a Hooters in
Yeah.
Thailand?
Oh, there's got to be a Hooters in Thailand.
Yeah, just go there, guys, and just
I knew you couldn't screw that up. I knew
stop being fucking assholes. All right.
I love it.
that is so wrong. All right, listen, man. It's just great to just ramble like dickheads. I love dickhead rambling. All right, we will see you guys next week. We do have something really spectacular coming up in a couple of weeks. We will have a guest coming up. Actually, a couple of guests. Somebody's coming back, and then somebody new, and it is going to be spectacular. And then we're going to have a really awesome
Sextacular.
Ooh, man, why are you hinting? You're hinting. And we are going to have a really great end of the year show. We're going to have my sister in. It is going to be a ton of fun.
Your sister's coming.
Relax,
Whoa.
Ted. Man, I can't wait for your sister to come back from Puerto Rico.
Jackie.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Yeah, that shit's going to happen, Ted.
Yeah.
That's
All
going
right.
to get weird because Jackie's an avid listener to the show, Ted.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you just yeah.
She heard this? Okay.
Yeah, she hears everything.
I'm sorry, Jackie.
She hears everything. Here, I'll tell you. I can't do it because she'll get mad if I tell that story. So I'm not going to tell that story. But yeah. So she listened to all of them, Ted, and yeah. At some point, my brother-in-law is going to be like sneaking up behind you and kicking your ass.
Steven's coming too?
Oh man,
Hey,
you
Steve.
are in such
Hey,
trouble.
Steve.
All right, man. We will see everybody next week. Have fun. Listen, hit us up on our social media. Let us know what you're listening to. Let us know what you like, and have a great one. We'll see you guys next time.